I just failed.
Business more or less as usual.
Trial has failed.
Dinko.
On the bright
Steps.
side, look at that. The video finished rendering.
Dev has
That's nice.
failed.
Dev is a failure. A living failure. A breathing failure. An eating failure.
Around failure. No.
Arch, quick weapons question. So, Warhammers, they're two-handed, right?
Depends. How buff are you?
I'm a gnarl buff.
That's pretty buff.
Fact.
Theoretically, you could get a one-handed Warhammer.
Okay, so they are of the two-handed weapon group.
The ones in the crates? Be more specific, Ketchup.
You mean
I understand, yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Right on cue, hands.
Yes, those are two-handed.
Because one thing I was thinking of is there's 10 good Warhammers right there. And I was looking at our Skaven army and I noticed we have 10 Storm Vermin. And since they can use Storm Vermin halberds, that means they have the two-weapon fighting group.
I'm just going to let you make that mistake.
He's upset I'm thinking outside the box. Technically inside the box, because, that's what the hammers are.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they won't be in the box for long.
Because, yeah, the ones I would basically say, the big magical shiny sealed steel and iron banding lockbox we should steal. The small one. The small steel one specifically.
The only thing I guess we should be somewhat wary of is if she knew how much the shipment was worth and we take a lot of it, she might be like, even if she doesn't know exactly what was in there.
Yes. The thing she's going to care about, though, are the guns. Because that's what she wants. She wants that stuff.
Oh, good. It's doing the bug thing. Dinko might have to stream. Oh, this thing just does not work. I swear to God.
So annoying.
Is it still kicking you?
Yes.
So it's not the version number, it's got to be Kyle. Can we just shame Kyle? Can we just take a moment to shame him?
Quiet woman.
It does have to be Kyle at this point.
See,
well,
I would
since Dev
agree.
still isn't here, everybody fucking leave and let Kyle fucking get in first.
Should
for
we
some
update
reason,
then?
White rats first,
hang on.
woman. Back of the bus.
Wished a minute.
Back bus.
Wished a minute. If this version isn't working for him, should we run the update then and see if that makes a difference?
I mean,
it can't hurt at this point. This version doesn't work.
That's when we try it, then all of a sudden it's like, now no one can connect.
I mean, might as well. I'll restart it real quick, I guess.
So we're gonna update.
Checking for updates.
So it
See,
will
at this point,
too late.
It's not the amount of stuff either. Like, it's literally the same amount of stuff. It is just the software being actually terrible.
The software sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we're all in agreement.
Which is a shame because it has some nice features. It's just it's not there. It's not there yet.
I don't think it has to be there.
It has all of the things I wanted to have, but it just doesn't work. It's not functional. It's the problem.
So what do you think's going to be the quirk of this update?
The
Some new
quirk of
Don't really
bug.
want to think about it.
Who even knows?
Don't even care.
Maybe it'll cause characters to randomly explode.
When the RP goes on hiatus here, maybe then we should just transfer it to a different system.
I mean, I
We
don't
might
mind
as
having
well.
new
Unless you're
files.
willing to paint the maps in Photoshop, there is no different system.
How did you do it in Roll20 then?
Roll20 is literally that has asset packs, just like this, where I can
Oh.
mix and match stuff together.
So that's how
Oh.
you're. So you can put them together there.
But Roll20 though, Jesus.
I know. But at least it works.
So in the other one you were looking at, you have to like pre-make the map.
Yes,
You can't
everything
just-
needs to be pre-made.
Kind of sucks.
I've got some map
Foundry
making
is,
software if you want to look at that. We can look at that later. Because I was experimenting with some map making software I found. Really
I mean, I
cheap
would
stuff.
help you, but the problem
Right,
is
joining
then
you,
I
Tom.
don't know what all the maps looked like.
Kibbs, are you joined yet?
Nope. Oh, is the server up? It doesn't.
Yep,
it doesn't
it's up now.
refresh because it says it's red for me. Oh, I
Just click the join campaign and then click the join campaign button again.
already did that.
Alright,
I mean,
just so you
if
know.
it's up, it's up. So it
It's
wouldn't
up.
matter. Yeah.
The thing is, it's just a pain to not have access to map making tools in the software. Because at that point, you guys don't get to do anything. Like, if you decide to do something weird, that's the end of the session right there. I can't make maps on the fly.
Oh, not ones that look good.
I'm just
Mm.
reading chat, see if they have any solutions. Chat.
I like the
Fine
idea
stuff.
of the 3D one with the that, because that one does have map making tools built into it.
Oh, the early access one.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm talking
God
about.
knows what other tools that have.
That one's
The
really
problem is
cool.
Fantasy Ground has a lot of good tools, like the quick reference guides, the inbuilt rule set, the encounter modifier. Like, all of this is really good stuff. It's just that the software doesn't work.
Oh god, I have like over 1,000 Steam games. It'll take me forever to find it. I know the one Arch is talking about. It's actually really cool. I tried it. One of the problems that software has, though, last I tried it, is it's highly unstable. The bigger the maps you make, because I was testing it for us back during the Vampire RP, the more odds it has of crashing. And it's really good, though. Like, everything about it's good, but it's extremely
Hailspire,
unstable.
I think it's called.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think we should just use Tabletop Simulator, and then I can just throw the dice off the table again.
Oh, so it'll
While
lag.
Art is like, what?
Because again, I've been looking at Tailspire, and it does have some really.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks very good. It has map making tools. It has support for content packs. Like, it's for map making, it's got the things I wanted to have. I have no idea what else it does though. Like, does it have rule sets? Can you build in rule sets to rolls? I don't know. But it does look good. But if it's unstable, then we just have the exact same problem we have now, except on a different software.
Yeah, I know about Incarnate. Mr. Soysonality. He's like, eh. My only problem with Incarnate is, like, it's actually not bad software. I've actually messed around with it. I even bought it temporarily just on the behalf of Bartroli to try it. It's pretty good, but it would require Barch. If I remember right, it's a subscription service, which is the fucking ass part. But take a look at it. I'll send it to you, Arch.
Are we live or what's going on?
Yeah, we're live, but we're talking about more important
Yep.
things, Dev.
We're just working on the software not functioning again as usual.
Look at it.
Kibbs?
Or be quiet, you. Look at the thing. Look at the thing I sent you with your little eyes. He's like,
Never mind. Look at the thing. Are you in the server now? Can the rest of us
No,
join?
you can't.
I see Dev and myself have joined.
Oh,
Yep, we're here.
so you joined, so that way it's not gonna work. Got it. Okay.
Okay, so we'll have to start all over
Whatever.
again. Good.
Disco, just stream it. This is gonna take forever otherwise.
That means I can only have it on one screen.
Well, that's gonna
Chat,
be.
you
What if
owe
Ketchup
me.
didn't
You
decide
owe
to
me
join?
one.
You wouldn't have to do this.
Dev done
Oh,
it
you're
too.
pretending as if Dev didn't join.
But you both did. It makes you both in the
pretending.
wrong. Don't try to shift the blame on the poor Dev. Dev couldn't know any better. He's just Dev.
Dev did know better.
How do you feel, Dev? Do you feel accused? Do you feel betrayed by Hands?
I feel betrayed.
He's just sitting there like a mouth agape. He's like, oh, I thought I
I
trusted
feel
you.
betrayed.
I remember the part where Kib said it doesn't matter, so that's why I joined.
What? It doesn't matter about what?
I said when I was waiting for you, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Wait, what's going
I
on?
wasn't talking to you, Hands.
What's happening?
As usual,
Nothing.
Kyle can't connect.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I just left. I just
It,
left.
it won't make a difference. I'll have it run in the background. Disco, just stream it.
Kyle, get better internet.
My internet's better
not
than
the issue.
yours, probably.
I have fiber optic. My internet is amazing.
Okay, well, my internet's the second best one here, then.
All right. Nobody's connected, so join it, Kyle.
Now I gotta close the program again. Fuck.
While we wait. Anything interesting on Twitter?
Yeah, there's lots of anime titties.
Probably. It's not right.
The thing is,
Yes.
to chat again, we don't think this is a network issue. If anything, there is something wrong with Kyle's computer or his settings, possibly. But even, like, I tried contacting support and they're useless. They're like, yeah, we don't know. We have no idea. Do you have too many assets loaded? I'm like, if that's your problem. Like, if your goddamn software can't keep one, no, in this case, two maps loaded, that's your problem.
Yeah, because the thing
It's
is,
connected, keeps instantly disconnected.
it's super stable. No, that happened because you mentioned settings, like, yeah, fuck, I'll take a look at settings. There's nothing in there.
No, it's not the settings of the game. Like, there's got to be something on your literal computer that does this. But again, even beginning to try and troubleshoot that is a needle within a needle within a haystack.
I mean, I have all other applications closed. Like, the only thing that would possibly cause an issue would be Radmin or Hamachi, but those are off.
No, because again, it is clearly something on your end.
Okay, what?
You tell me. That's why what I'm saying. I can't tell. We can't troubleshoot it. It's fucking impossible. Support can't help. But if you are the only person having this problem, it is something on your end.
Yeah.
Right.
Not that we can do anything
there's
about it. I'm not blaming
something
you about it.
causing a problem between your client and the server.
It really
Otherwise,
does.
it would be happening to the rest of us.
You can always,
Yeah,
you always
it
do
could
some
be
port forwarding
anything.
wizardry. You
I
know?
think we already tried that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or others tried that for the same problem and it didn't help.
Thing is, it's an endemic issue with the software, because if we looked at the forums, people are still complaining about it. And it's not isolated to just a group of people, it's a lot of people.
Whatever it is,
I
it's
don't wanna
probably
return to
something
roll.
stupid.
Goddamn funny though.
Probably is.
Well, maybe during the time off, we can all have a look at other softwares and see if there's anything that maybe offers most of
Wait.
what we need.
Time off? What do you mean time off?
We're gonna take a recess next month.
We're kicking
What?
Dev out.
Yes.
Kyle is destroying another RP campaign for 2 months.
No, I'm not.
What? Why?
Because I've got work to do. Some of us
Sorry,
have
Dev,
full-time
you'll have
jobs.
more. You'll have more
The
time for dinner.
holidays.
Holiday season is not a good season for me. Very busy.
Dev will have time for fourth
well.
dinner.
You will. Until
Kyle
January.
has connected, but his character is not yet popped up.
Yep, because I'm connected, but the thing is, it's not loaded. The
Yeah, it takes a minute to load the characters. That's normal.
Yeah, I'm waiting till his character is fully connected.
Yeah, same.
One
And
of the
see,
other
now
issues.
I'm in because I was told to join because everyone else was in there.
You know, it's just never end.
I was told you may as well because everyone else is. Okay, so I did. I've literally just got in.
I don't even care. All right, let's see. The real question is, when it comes to alternative software, we've kind of looked at everything, right? There is actually alternatives, but none of them are good.
I don't know. I only showed I put some of the alternatives in the Discord, but I haven't actually gone and looked through any of them yet.
I've tried a few. I tried Tailspire. I tried. Well, we already tried Roll20. My only issue with Tailspire
They come
is
with
crashiness.
significant issues. Tailspire requires 3D figurines, which means you're at the mercy of whatever content packs the game has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be somewhat tempted to make us rat ones, but it would take a while. Although Hans did say he'd be okay with a really low poly one.
Right
It's
out
the
of
only way.
PlayStation 1
Like-
games.
no, it's literally just like a blob on top of a blob. It's like, there you go.
If I have to count the number of polygons on my character and I get to 2 hands, there's a problem.
What if you get to 2 fingers?
Still on 1 hand. Count. It counts. It's fine.
It can be done.
Or better yet, you just use the personal shields from Dune. Just basically block people. Block rats.
Block rats.
The last time we had Kyle connect like 6 hours before we began, and that actually worked.
For an hour. The connection loses. I can make the connection. It just loses it for whatever reason. The reason why it takes so long for the characters to load chat is because that's Arch's upload rate. It's abysmal. Because he lives out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, we've
Artists
gone
are
over
hosting
this
the
many
server.
times before. This is not my server. I am not hosting this.
It isn't based on the client.
Oh my god, Kyle. I
Listen,
thought I had a terrible memory.
Disco, like, I don't care about this software. I'm sorry, I don't obsess over this.
It's not really obsessing over it. It's information we've had multiple times before.
Thing is, Disco, I tune that shit out because every time this thing doesn't work, it's very disinteresting. That's
Has
good,
the
actually.
connection been made?
Apparently, Tailspire is going to allow the importing of Hero Forge models, which is actually kind of cool. If you're not familiar, Hero Forge is like that custom character maker, where you can sort of make custom like heroes and stuff.
That'd be cool. But what kind of a cost are they looking at for that?
I've never used
An
Hero
arm and a
Forge.
leg. Your actual arm and leg.
Might as well open it. Not like I can do anything else. Maybe the reset should come sooner. Hero Forge. Custom miniatures.
If you could do that,
Here you
that
go.
would be interesting, because that would allow for a lot of models to be made directly.
Well, it's a good job that Dantart is here.
I put it in general.
Dantart has come to save the day.
Well, that's right. It's time to show all the fan art we got in the interim. We'll show
God.
Dantarts first. And let me just go grab the stuff off my server for Dinko. Dinko. Where's Dinko?
I see there are people in the chat posting pencils.
Good.
They haven't seen the video yet. They don't know.
Some of them are aware, but no, they haven't seen the video yet.
He only uses
I
one.
like the
teeth.
pixel art of Karsnicket.
It's actually pretty good. This art actually is pretty fucking top tier. I could see like all the characters animated. That'd be so cool. Nice pixel art from Coconut Tackle. Somebody's been practicing. Should poke at Robin about it. I can see some of the things that Robin might go like, you need to work on this, but it's actually pretty good. We're gonna be a JRPG soon, chap.
One of the characters dies. We have to introduce a new character. It's like, huh, who could the new character possibly be? Everyone is just plain faces, and all of a sudden you just see spiky hair with what's a retarded color? Like
Hang on, Kyle.
magenta.
Apparently, when you showed Dan Tard's fan art, like part of it was completely obscured.
Oh,
like
was
they
it
couldn't
not
see
zoomed
the
in?
puggles.
Oh, fuck. The image is much
Yeah.
larger. There we go.
It's because we're over the top of it, because it's at the bottom. So
Oh,
I actually couldn't see the art bit.
there we go. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was going to get the other fan art.
You have failed us.
Ugh. What a day. On the bright side, it is nice to just lounge
there
about.
we go. Kyle's in the game.
I'll disconnect in like 5 seconds. Disco, you gotta be ready to stream. I have zero confidence in the connection.
Everyone
Pen
else,
acting.
try and connect now.
Zero
Let's
faith.
see. I did look at Dungeon Draft. That might be something, because that's integrated into Foundry. It's like, oh, goody, yet another software to purchase. And yet another software to purchase that I don't even know works.
I mean, we got Fantasy Grounds. He's like, yeah, it doesn't work, Kim. Listen, Fantasy Grounds is flawless. There's never had a problem with it to
At
watch.
that point, we just need to simplify all the characters. They're just stick figures with different hats.
I'm telling you, stick figures. RP's gonna go much faster.
And it's like, how do you know if a character's angry? You just open up like MS Paint, get the paint tool, no, pencil tool, and you draw like the angry eyebrows.
He's very upset with you.
And now we wait for the server to deem us ready to select our characters.
Wow. Okay, I'm closing the hero board thing. That's actually interesting, though, that you can create your own custom models, which will be very nice. Imagine that, finally putting Dan Tart out of work by transitioning to 3D. Just like when Disney did that after Treasure Planet. It was like,
He's like,
motherfucker!
I have all this amazing software. And like 3D version of Dan Tart is like, move aside, old man. It's our time now.
It's our time now.
That scene from
See,
Malcolm in the Middle.
that's the thing. Like, Tailspire is really interesting because a lot of things would actually be so much easier to work with in 3D, like multi-tiered buildings, etc. It would just be easier to make a lot of stuff. Like, you could have different elevation and shit. You can just plunk stuff down. It reminds me a lot of the animation tools I used to work with back in the day. But it would also mean basically the
Disco,
death
stream time.
of custom assets, or, well, not necessarily.
You're roboting bad, by the way.
It would
Okay, I
have
was gonna
be
ask if that was just me.
His internet's absolutely taking the
I
bricks.
know, but that's just
Oh, you're cleaned up
video
now.
games.
Oh, fuck. I'm only telling you that because, like, otherwise you're just gonna have to repeat some of what you said. Disco Streamo.
Oh, for goodness sake, Kyle.
I mean, I could just not. Could leave. You could stream it. Have
Can I
fun
put-
casting your own spells, woman. She's like, "Eh."
I mean, I could though. Kyle,
You just automate the process.
Yeah.
It's like Koshnik at point and use this spell only. He's like, okay. We just have a roll Koshnik button.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mucho givu apu on Kyle connecting then.
Yep. It's a waste of time.
It's so irritating. It's always you with the different updates. Like, it doesn't matter. It's always just you.
Hmm.
Again, it probably isn't an update. There's something with these network settings, but there's nothing to go on to even begin to try and fix it.
Well, the thing is, like, I haven't messed with any of my settings, and I doubt he's messed with any of his.
Yeah, but it could be something on his PC that is just conflicting with it. Like
Yeah,
it'll
that's
be
always
something
possible.
really stupid that you wouldn't even think it is. That's
Yeah.
just interacting with the client.
If you have this one file, for some
Has to be,
arbitrary
but-
technomancy reason, it just doesn't want to work.
Has to be. But again, even beginning to try and track that down is going to be next to impossible.
Mm-hmm. And if the devs can't tell you what it is, which apparently they can't, then
Enjoy looking
Like-
for that needle in the mountain-sized
Yeah.
haystack.
Hmm.
you literally just have to start like updating your OS just to see, all these stupid little things just to see if something made a difference.
All right. So, half an hour later,
I suppose.
well, my
I suppose
internet
we have
is shitting
done
itself as well, as I'm noticing.
Can tell.
that. Mhm.
Yeah, that's Discord doing its thing. God damn it. Let me just check the server real quick.
That would be funny. Boog says, in before, the same ports that Kib uses to stream are the ports Fancy Grounds uses to communicate. Listen.
I wouldn't even be surprised.
Thing is, then it would never have worked to begin with, though.
It would never worked, and you also wouldn't be getting booted out before we start streaming, which I think you have been.
Because we've been able to stream before. Unless it just, like, flips it on randomly. And that might be the router. But I have no access to my router because my internet provider was like, no, you're not going to get the password. And I'm like, fine. I'll just type in admin and password. Didn't work.
All right. Still 500 milliseconds. Ay,
Listen,
one of those days.
the leggier you are, the better. It gives it that authentic
Oh yeah, I've got some XPs to spend.
early 90s feel. Me too. I think I've got like
Am I
1,000.
understandable, at least?
Yes.
Temporarily for now.
For now, yeah.
I'll let you know when you're
Alright.
not.
So, you ambushed the caravan, and you now have a bunch of loot to go over. And you've already had a little bit of a discussion as to what you're going to be doing with what. So, what will your thieving little scummy hands try and get there, grasping at the claws on?
Disco.
How much can we
Five
carry?
hands. What? Just go first.
How much can we carry?
Wow.
All of it.
How heavy is the boxes?
Back of the bus, Black Rat. Back of the bus.
This would seem to be
Maybe
the limiting
Karstikin
factor.
should carry all the things. He skipped arm day and every other day.
That's what white rats can do. What are you gonna do
You know what
about
else
it?
white rats can do?
White rat privilege.
Miscast. They
Hey,
can
hold
miscast.
on.
What's up?
Sorry.
I'll forgive
So
you,
the
Dad.
boxes?
Thank you for forgiving me.
There, there's something I wanted to do here.
Okay.
Just give me a second, though.
How? What are you doing? Like, taking off my pants. It's like, oh shit.
Dev, we've had many seconds.
Sorry.
Many,
No.
many seconds while we've waited for Kyle.
Sorry, no, it was just I just got informed that I was put into an It's a Gundam video, which is quite nice because I like Gundam quite a bit.
Fucking nerd.
I wanted to go see it. I wanted to go see it. Okay, anyway. So Arch, can you refresh my memory? Kibbs tried to roll some kind of magic identification on the crates and he failed miserably, right?
Tends to be what Kyle does, yes.
And I assume even though it's a new session, he can't roll that again.
No.
Look at Dev trying to game
Okay.
the system. I'm proud of you, Dev.
See where Dev's coming from, but it's still the same event.
Right. Well, because I have 200 experience now.
Reset
You
my
can get
fate
magic.
points
I'm all
for
for
me.
you trying.
Reset my
I'm
fate
gonna-
points.
Oh, what was that? You have 0 fate points.
I just remembered because I can't access my character.
Oh, that's right. You can't. Okay, so Arch. If I were to learn academic
totally.
knowledge magic right now with 100 experience, could I try to identify what these magic things are?
Yes, it would be an intelligence roll.
All right. Well, I will spend the experience, but here's the roll. I'll just roll intelligence, I guess.
May the great horde one smile upon your die roll.
Here we go. Wow.
Good job.
So I guess I don't know either.
You tried.
Unless you're willing to spend your fate point to re-roll that, no.
No thanks.
I'm gonna start up my laptop.
What are the odds you're
One
going to
sec.
get any more combat today?
I mean, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
I mean, I suppose it depends how long it takes us to make this decision.
If we just delay this
we might
decision,
still
we'll
be
keep-
sat here at the end of the session like, so we're gonna take these boxes.
If we
Anybody have any objections? Oh, she's just like, come on.
If we just delay the sessions enough, we'll get 100 XP each session, bare minimum, and we can just brute force it eventually.
Yay, fate points are reset. Okay, cast and spell again.
Here's the thing. I would basically argue we take the big magical lockbox, because if we have it in our possession, it doesn't matter if we fail one roll. We can figure out what it is, eventually.
That's true. Actually, Arch, can you remind me? There was a few boxes of weapons, of which Discordia wants to take a rifle.
If you actually look up in, was it General? Yes, it was General.
Okay, let's
Arch
see.
actually listed all the
Okay.
boxes.
So I guess for the chat's reminder, then, 1 cask of 5 long rifles, 19 casks of 5 wheel-lock muskets, 1 fancy gold box, and the fancy gold box is not magical, is it, or is it?
The only box that was magical is the big, large one.
I thought there was 2.
Oh, no. You're thinking of the samurai necklaces, I think.
Maybe. There's 5 barrels of gunpowder, 2 barrels of shot, 2
Samurai-
barrels of healing
Sigmarite.
drought. 1 large box of small Sigmarite hammer necklaces. 1 large cask with 10 expert craftsmanship warhammers. 1 heavy lockbox of steel and iron. Then there's 2 of those. 1 large magically sealed steel and iron box. And then a small steel box. Okay. We probably can't keep the large magically sealed steel and iron box. It's too big.
I don't
I'm
believe
pretty
you.
sure between all the characters, we can physically take that box.
Even if we can't drag it far, we can bury it and hide it
Yes.
and come back for it later.
Because the thing is, that's a big magical thing, and if there's anything Skaven are interested in, it's like, magic thing.
As
Might not
in
be.
my character, Karsnicket, the fact that he knows that there might be magic stuff in there, even hypothetically, he wants it.
Did the vampire lady mention anything about a magic box? Like, what do you think she'd miss it?
I actually re-listened to the briefing.
Hmm.
She had someone in her employ who was basically high enough to know about the shipment, but not high enough to know the exact contents of said shipment.
Did she know how much
Okay.
the shipment's worth?
They had like expenses on the books, but again, they didn't have like a specific like list of they bought this and this and this.
Did we get to see the books?
During the briefing, she actually showed Gnarl and Karsnik at that, because that was one of those things that's like, I'm interested in this thing, and if you're
Okay.
willing to do this, you'll get the 10% discount.
Do we know if on the books there was actually a listing of this box, this magical
No,
box?
there was no listings for any of this.
Is that true?
There was it was, if I remember right, the specific wording is a large amount of mining equipment was what they officially put down in their books.
Okay.
Yes, but there was a value attached.
Yes.
So
That's
they
what
would
I
have
was-
a rough idea of the value of the shipment.
Yeah.
So if we take lots of it or take something that's
So,
really
like, for
expensive,
example,
then
Yeah.
the value won't match
So
up.
if we took like the
Mhm.
Hawkland Ron rifles and then the Warhammers and the like barrels of healing draught, it's like that doesn't add up.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could probably
Warhammers.
take one Warhammer and one long rifle.
Now
and
the
it'd probably
problem
be
with
okay.
that, Dev, is that they're
These are-
in boxes of 5 with like little slots in them. So if they open it up and there's one missing, it's obvious one is missing.
Yeah,
We
so
would have
like
to lift the whole box.
so yeah, Dev, you know like those like old war movies where it's like, oh, these are the crates that the guns are getting carried in when there's
Yeah, I know what you
actually
mean. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in those types of boxes.
Yes, but this person that we're dealing with is intelligent enough to know, and she'll view us as useful enough that she'll probably let us take a weapon or two.
That's kind of why I'm saying it's like, okay, she'll accept it's like, okay, they skimmed some stuff, but we still got the bulk of what we want, which is why I'm saying that big magic box.
Okay. So, Arch, how much time do we have before she arrives? Because she's
We
supposed to
can
come
take-
here, right?
No, well, kind of.
Yes, but we need to fire the flare off.
Yes, once we fire the
Okay.
signal flail, that's when her people come. So we have a bit of time.
Should we
All right.
maybe have a look around and make sure we're not being watched by her
Yes.
people?
Probably a good idea. What would that be? Perception?
Yes, perception.
I'd imagine so.
Okay. Let's roll for it.
Perception, yes.
Eh.
Well then.
Roll for keeps. I'm trying to connect with my laptop though, see if that works.
Sadly, that int of 35, wow, great for... Sorry. Stupid cat.
Ketchup
Great
is
for a black
having a
rat.
hard time ketchup.
No, Cat was doing stuff dumb in the background. Well, 35 intelligence, it's great for Black Rat. That's still not a great intelligence score. And unsurprisingly, I don't get many opportunities to increase int.
Prefer my
Luckily for
variety
you,
then.
I am intelligent and I am having
would
a
hope
wander
so,
around the
Given your career path, I would certainly hope so.
Given I really don't want to get caught stealing these guns, I was gonna have a look around the general area for
So what is-
anyone that might be spying.
Yes, what does Scrousel see with their gunner eyes? His gunner eyes.
It's
Wow, rude.
2 degrees of success. All right, you see a forest. It is green.
Do we see the trees
And?
in the forest?
It is green.
So I don't see anything for getting.
Yeah, there's probably nobody
Okay.
here.
Or if there is,
And there's a
they
little
got
bit
better
of
than shit.
brown too. Some of the trees are kind of getting old and dying and shit.
So there's nobody around.
Well,
There
if
does
that's
not
the
appear
case-
to be anything visible. Nothing stirring in the bushes that you can see.
Not even
Okay.
if I, kick a couple bushes.
You see
Yeah.
it hard.
Poke a couple of bushes with a stick.
I'm sure some insects are swearing.
Nothing's like ow, ow when I poke
I'm sure
the
some
bush with a
insects are
stick.
swearing blood oaths at you disturbing their home.
None of the bushes complain when I poke them with a stick.
Nothing apparent or obvious, and no speaking bushes either.
Okay.
Let's dig a hole then. I mean, I don't want to reuse the trap hole to hide this chest, just
I
because.
mean,
The thing is,
it
we
may be
have
worth moving a little further away.
Yeah,
it's-
we can move it away.
the boat, from my understanding, is not terribly far by. Like our boat, I should say.
I see. I think we should actually bury it and come back for it later. I actually think Kibbs' idea is the best because we don't want to be caught moving it around too far. We can come back for it at our leisure.
I would potentially move it a little bit further away from the scene.
Simp
Oh sure, like
for
you know,
kids.
maybe 100 meters away or something, like not too far. But
Yeah, far enough away that they won't stumble across it in the
Yeah.
Oh
cleanup
God, no,
operation.
we're not burying it here.
yeah, let's do that then.
Alright, I'm fine with burying it.
Okay. Which box in particular, just to reiterate?
I think no one's objecting to me or my suggestion about the large magical one.
It's probably the most valuable. Because considering any magical items in the Warhammer world are generally the most valuable thing. Even
Watch
if
it
we
be the
don't want
fucking small steel lockbox. It's the most fucking important thing because it's like, dear person of import, there's this grave information you must know.
Watch that be the box she wants.
And she said she
Hey,
would
to be
pay
fair-
us, right? No, after we left or whatever. So
The
we don't even need to
payment
be here
for
to collect it. So we can just leave.
the payment for this mission is basically a reduction on her broker fee.
Okay, so we don't need to be here. We shoot the flare and we leave. We go
To be
hide.
fair, the small lockbox is small. They wouldn't notice it going away.
All right. So you are taking the large, magically steel and iron bending lockbox a little distance from the road, and you are burying it.
That seems to be the plan.
Okay. Roll concealment.
Roll concealment
That
bar.
sounds like Rat-a-Tat-Ta's wheelhouse.
I feel like Dev should probably conceal.
Hide box. Our box now. Not their box. Our box.
All right,
Actually,
here we
mine's
go.
Not bad either.
Wow. This one I might
The
spend my
box is
fate on.
literally sticking out of the ground.
He puts a little flag on top of it. Yes.
This one I'll spend a fate on. So I have 64 in this. I should be fine.
Dev, I know how you feel when it comes to strength rolls for me.
There you go. There you go.
There we go, yes. Gnarl points out that maybe having half the box stick up out of the ground for ease of discovery might be defeating point.
Rat-a-Tat's like, natural formation it is. Happens all the time in wild, it does.
Now it just smacks him in the back of the head like, very deep.
That's better. It's a decent job. If you inspect closely, you can probably still tell that the earth has been moved in this particular area, but from a little bit of a distance, there's no indication that anything's been done. No obvious drag marks in the dirt or anything like that.
That's honestly all it needs to be. So anyone else want to try to nick anything else?
Nah, I think that's enough.
See, if you're gonna be stinky little thieves, it would be best to just be proper thieves, but no, just slightly thieves.
Shush.
Hmm.
Decision has been made. Move on. Yep. Now we're gonna see if we can get away with it.
Well, somebody's gonna have to fire the flare at some point.
Well, considering it's a gun.
Now, before you fire the flare, we fire the flare and then leave the premises. As to not be potentially interrogated for anything. Or would that look
Ludmilla
more
specifically
suspicious?
said it would be her people that would come and get it.
The loot. Yeah, true. She didn't really specify if we needed to be here, actually. She said nothing of the sort. She's actually rather unclear. Bit vague, really. I mean, what do you think, Hans? Fire the flare and waddle away? Fire the flare and wait.
It's one of those things, like, again, she did say her people, but also she didn't say we should. Sorry, I'm just remembering something from the conversation. She said that, like, they would come to help, like, with moving the stuff, and that might imply... you know what? Coin flip. Let's see. Even or odd, or for us to stay.
Heads or tails, Hans?
I'm rolling the d20. That's what I'm saying, even or odd.
Even to stay, odd to leave. Let the gods decide. Oh my god.
Nope. The die has decided.
See, this is something Tabletop Simulator has that its game doesn't. Actual coins.
We could flip a coin and be like ping and make the little ping sound like ping.
Don't like game. M1 Grand doesn't make ping.
That's a tragedy.
Almost a war crime.
Borderline a war crime. Unforgivable sin of a World War II
Oh,
game.
it sounds like the party, through the power of random numbers, have decided that our job here is done. She did not explicitly state that we should help move her stuff. We were just told to kill the guards, fire the flare.
Cowardly scum. Or something like that.
So we'll go off and we'll hide and we'll wait. And then once we're, maybe been a couple days, we'll go and dig our box and leave. Or we could leave it there and have it recovered by one of our other rat teams.
And do you trust the... it's a big box, but still.
Do we trust them to find it? Not really. Not
Exactly.
really. So let's just leave a couple of days just to make sure they're gone. And then go back and retrieve the box.
Very squeaky and most dishonorable of you. Very well. You exit the premises. Are you going to head anywhere in particular?
Let's head back to the region of our boat. But not to our boat, specifically. Just around that area. Far enough away.
Close enough if we need to run, we can.
Yep.
There we are. Kyle, try now. I'm not sharing any maps.
That is a filthy lie.
Now,
Zavastra.
give me another invite so I can invite my laptop. Laptop.
How do I even do that?
How did you invite me last time?
How should I know?
He's like, I don't even remember.
He's like, do you
I have a
expect me to remember?
stinking suspicion I might have to do that from the start screen, not this screen. You know, the
Never mind.
closed server screen.
That's gay.
Can't you search for it? You search for it by name.
It's locked.
pretty sure.
I can't. I already
No,
tried.
remember we tried to find it that way last time and we couldn't find it.
I found it, actually. And
Did you find it?
Oh.
Okay, in that case, the password is just Utopia.
Okay. It's been attempting to connect for several ages, though. I'm sad.
Not just one age, several ages. My god.
7.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten a connection warning on this end, so you're probably just locked out. So you'd have to have the password, probably.
Sadness.
Now, whether it was Utopia spelt with a large U or a small u, that's a very good question. One that I do not have the answer to.
I'm just wondering why chat thinks Mayo was in the hole. It was Dev that was in the hole, chat.
Mayo's in the hole. He's
Dev
dead now.
fell in the hole.
This goes also in the hole. It's like, "Ah."
It took Dev multiple attempts to climb out of the hole, even
He
though
even
he is the
squeaked for
climbing
help,
rat.
and he even squeaked for help, and Naro was like, but you're the climbing rat.
He say, help me! No. No, we shan't.
If you could not get out of the hole, you deserve your fate.
That is true and unfortunate. Right, so the party wanders off to take part in something horrible somewhere else for an unspecified amount of time, but presumably in the direction of their boat.
For a narrative amount of time.
You wait for a couple days, lazing around, watching the wildlife eat your boat slowly but surely. Fish, lice, snails.
Contemplating the meaning of life and our purpose in it.
See, this is why they put copper bottoms on some ships, because the nature would just eat them.
I'm going to assume you finished that sentence with boat.
Is it taken them several days to get here?
No. We're waiting to ensure basically that the site is not being actively watched.
Well, aren't we watching them show up?
No?
Why not?
I don't know.
I mean, if Rattata wants to watch the site and not be seen, that's up to Rattata.
I mean, I could probably pull it off.
Dantar's on the ball today.
That's actually pretty good artwork. Yeah.
The Mighty Box Maps week. Stealthy.
Okay, well, could I stealth over there and watch to see if they're just watch, not engage, watch them collect their things.
You could be left behind in the bushes, yes, to watch the humans do their digging thing.
All right, let me try. Wait, their digging thing?
I don't know. They could be digging. Stop asking questions and roll concealment.
Are they digging up our concealed box?
All right, boys, gotta go back to the site. There's gonna be another grand murdering that happens.
Yep.
Survivors.
We stole that box fair and square, damn it.
She's like, what happened to my men? Dev's just like, may have had whoops. Fell down hole.
So, silent move or concealment, Arch?
Concealment, since you're trying to stay hidden in the area.
Okay. And hold on. I'm going to cast my spell. What's the spell?
Intelligent Dev.
He's remembering his spells, guys. He's learning.
Look at it. It's called Pelt of the Assassin. When perfectly still, you gain a 30% bonus to any concealment tests. Okay, so 30% bonus. I'm just going to stay in one place in the bush and watch what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
I think he got this.
Come on.
It'd be funny if he'd rolled this 9T instead, but sadly.
I'm very invisible. Sounds good.
So I'm assuming that's not with your plus 30 modifier for your target.
No,
number?
that's not. No, you have to add 30 to that victory there.
So his target number would be 94. I think he got this.
He fails anyway. She's like, oh.
He can still theoretically fail.
Vanishes.
Turns out, like the Inquisitor that comes with for some stupid reason rolls a 1. It's like,
just picks him up out of the bushes like a rat thing.
I know.
Good question.
I know a rat when I see one, filthy mongrel.
Actually, let's make it fair. Let's like every member of their party roll a perception check. There we go.
All around.
That's a lot of rolls.
The odds of you living, Dev, have now shrunk to almost 0. How do you feel? He's like, pretty sad.
He's like, I think I run away now, which he probably can because he's a stupid fast
You
rat.
should cast that other spell that makes you disintegrate into a puddle of goop if something kills you.
Should I?
To be fair, if you cast that like during all these infiltration attempts, if you fail, there's no like concern about you giving away any information.
That's true.
Yeah. During the horrifying torture sessions that might follow. Right, so Dev blends together with the earth and the bushes. He becomes one with nature. He probably just he's so stealthy, he just stands in the middle of the road, still as a bush, and people, like the birds come and camouflage him. Like, oh, nest!
The people that quote-unquote see him, it's like, nah, that's a statue. No rat would be dumb enough to stand right there.
It's just a tree, bruh. Have you never seen a tree before? I'm pretty sure the tree just scratched its nose. Yeah, they do that.
Are you saying that you're discriminating against trees that have nose itches?
Only a true dendrophile would be able to pick Dev out from the foliage. Waits as chat begins Googling dendrophile. Right, so after a little while, a group of humans appear from the bushes. I am not going to show you this, Dev, because I'm still living in the tiny bit of hope that Kyle can connect now that I have removed everything the game has to offer, pretty much, in terms of assets.
I'm trying with the laptop.
If we just ignore all the assets, maybe then.
It's acquiring lists still. If this doesn't work, Disco's head will roll. How do you feel, Disco?
If this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to.
I could try my
God.
other computers.
I'm just gonna have to ban Kyle.
I have one other desktop and one other laptop to try.
What was that? What was that? That map making software people mentioned that was supposedly compatible with Forge.
Chat, remind us. Chip Chop, you got 5 minutes. Catch it out of time.
No, it's not that. No, that's something. That's Arkenfork? Incarnate? I mean, there are a lot of these map tools, but most of them are kind of meh. Well, I'll look it up. Incarnate. Oh yeah, that was the one Kyle sent me. Incarnate.
That's a 2D one.
Fucking subscription fee, though.
I
God,
know.
I hate subscription fee.
It looks really
like,
cool, but it's super expensive. Well, cumulatively.
It does, and like just on principle, I object to subscription fees. It's like, give us money forever. Like, I don't know about that.
Because I remember playing with this before we actually had an artist to make our map for our game. And I was like, this is, I mean, it's a pretty good tool. Like, I'm not going to lie. You can try it for free if you want to see it. Just, it's interesting for like a little like map maker. But yeah.
Oh, look at this. Arkenforge, animated map making tool. That's one's integrated with virtual tabletop. Art assets are kind of ugly as fudge, though. See, I'm really super tempted to try Tailspire, because I love the idea of Tailspire. I really do. I'm just like, man, one, will it run stably? And two, like, I don't know. We could just have, like, I'm presuming you can have blocks with PNGs on them, I hope. Actually, that's something we should look up. Because if you could, then we could at least, have just our custom icons just be like blocks with PNGs on them. That'd be something.
I mean, it is something.
Wouldn't be the worst. Right. Without getting too distracted, Kyle sees a... Kyle, you're not here. Stop. Shut up, Kyle.
Rattata is blending in with the trees.
Yes, Rattata is blending in with the trees. As Dev sees a group of humans emerge from the bushes. Yes, bushes. They do indeed look like the thugs you've seen in Ludmila's service. Most of them are carrying the same crossbows as usual, though they're also carrying an assortment of short swords, almost more machete style, presumably for hacking through the woody undergrowth, as they're not as naturally dexterous as you blessed furred folk.
They're not
I'm
the chosen
assuming there's
people,
no image for this.
Yeah, there's no image for this.
Okay, I'm just checking, because obviously the chat are watching my screen.
If anything, just reimagine the forest road that we had.
We're still living in the very faint and vain hope that Kyle can somehow connect. It doesn't seem to be particularly likely, but there you go.
Okay.
After a short while, Ludmilla appears as well, wearing her usual Kislevan garb, and she is accompanied by a tall, scrawny-looking figure that doesn't look like he's slept or eaten in quite some time. He looks downright unhealthy, leaning heavily on a tall staff.
Fascinating.
Waits patiently for Dev to be like, "Can I use Academy magic? Tell if he's a wizard."
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just currently eating.
We
I
figured that.
fucking knew it.
We figured that. It's just,
All right. I will roll academic knowledge magic to see if he's a wizard.
Of course he is.
Here we go.
Of course, he is indeed.
Oh, hey,
That's
he
a
hit
success.
the number.
Back in a sec.
He is indeed a wizard, at least as far as you can tell. He appears to be a wizard of some sort or another, though you don't score highly enough to try and figure out what kind of an order or school he's a part of. All you know that is that he fits all of the usual stereotypical descriptors for a magic-y kind of person. Yes, very much so. You are too far away to hear what they're discussing, as they stand quite clear of the ambush site itself. The thugs begin approaching the ambush site, quite wary, as if they're not entirely sure what they're supposed to find here. I mean, you did leave one hell of a mess. There's a giant gaping hole in the ground, there's a tree that's smashed over, there's broken-ass carts everywhere, splinters of wood, busted open crates,
Dead
and the
ogre.
horseless cart as well. Oh yes, and the mutilated corpses too, that's another thing. I mean, it's horrible. Like, you truly are the worst. You are actually the worst. Like, you are the villains of this story.
I take offense to this. We are not the worst. There are far worse things than us in this world. Take Sephora, for example. Clearly a worse evil than us.
Don't know about that.
That's what history will say. At least if it's written by us.
They begin to search through the wreckage. You can see that they start gathering up the halberds and the spears that came crashing out of the first cart. Shaking their heads a little bit, like, so much mess. They scout around for a little bit to see if they can try and figure out if, you're still there. They're not really deploying like a proper searching procedure, like they're trying to look for somebody hiding. They're just looking around to see if maybe you're nearby or something. They begin to gather up the weapons that can be salvaged. The mage is sent forward by Ludmilla. He is now close enough that you might be able to hear him if you roll a good enough perception roll in between bites of pumpkin pie.
Let's try it.
Swallows. Dev can't hear a damnable thing. Dev, useless, bad. Shame.
He's acting
well.
so much like a tree. His ears don't work.
You can see, however, a slight glow as he passes his hands over the halberds and the spears. Some sort of marking or analysis spell, perhaps. He nods his head appreciatively of whatever it is he has discovered, and brings a broken-off halberd head back to Ludmilla, who also seems to nod in recognition, as if she was kind of suspecting that this might...
Oh. That, Arch's internet bricked itself, it seems. Uh-oh. That's not good. I think Discord might have bricked itself, chat. Hold on a minute. Take a look. Right.
Your arch okay now.
There we
I'm
go.
guessing
Okay.
Kyle can't hear us.
Was that just for me or was that for everybody?
That's Discord. I was watching.
Yeah, that was everyone, because I also couldn't hear for the past, like, 10, 15 seconds.
Yep. I
Yeah.
was just telling
The
Chat
last
that it
thing I
went
heard was that
red.
he was waving his hands over the halberds.
Yeah, same.
The gods are fickle today.
All right. Discord had a little bit of a Discord moment.
Yeah, Discord. Yeah. Sure. Weird meal.
All right. So, I'll go from there again. He casts some kind of analysis spell, you presume, on the halberds and the spear parts. And he seems quite content with the result as he brings one of them back over to Ludmilla, still standing on a little small hill surrounded by her flankies and goons. He holds up a piece of a broken halberd, like just the halberd's head with a broken off shaft to her, and the two seem to have a conversation about this. Ludmilla is nodding her head as if this is exactly what she expected to see here. The rest of the convoy is picked over by the men, who eventually find the large steel lockboxes and begin to heave them onto essentially large, like wheelbarrow-like things that they've dragged through the forest with them. They also begin stacking up the rifle boxes and the box with the Hochland long rifles. They notice that many of them have been broken open, so they have a look inside, but they don't see anything missing, so probably they'll just assume that they were broken in the confrontation.
Happens when you're using big lightning spells.
It does. You do also see that one of the henchmen finds the small steel lockbox, and when he does that, he immediately shouts out loudly in Kislevic, so you can even hear him, that he's found it. And he rushes over to Ludmilla and gives her this little steel lockbox. There's a great deal of commotion surrounding it.
That's good.
And I joked that that's the one we wanted. Who knows? Maybe it's better with them.
Yeah, I mean, they'll suspect less if the thing they wanted was there. They'll be content.
Yes.
Ludmilla seems very pleased with her brand new little lockbox. Though you can also tell she's putting on a bit of a poker face, but you can clearly tell from the thugs that this is not what they expected when they find the other large lockboxes. The spears, the halberds, the weapons, that's usual in a weapon shipment, but these heavy lockboxes, that's something unusual right there. Ludmilla, again, does some motions to one of them, and the mage is talking to her as well. They're clearly having quite a bit of a discussion as to what exactly they're going to try and do with all of this. Is there anything you would like to do, incidentally, Dev? Like sneaking closer, sneaking away? Just let me know. Feel free to interrupt.
Nope. I'm just listening. I'm not going to risk anything.
All right. Eventually, the wizard seems to be talked into this. The two largest locker boxes are placed in front of him, and he begins an incantation. You see a mark of a key be drawn in the air. Like he draws a mark of a key and then he draws it again repeatedly in the air, slightly quicker each time, until it begins to glow in the air. And with a loud clicking and clack noises, the locks on the first steel lockbox spring open.
Does the box
You
explode?
could again box explode? No, the locks open like they were unlocked with a key.
Okay.
And just because Dev is new at these, this is also something you could use academic knowledge magic to figure out what is. Dev is interested more in his apple pie. Very well. He moves over to the second heavy locks box as well and begins.
No, I'm
carrying out
interested.
the-
I was just swallowing. You want me to go for?
Oh, of course you will. Maybe don't have third dinner in the middle of your.
Here, I will academic knowledge magic the unlocking spell.
Somebody needs to clip that out of context, by the way. Dev going like, I'm interested, I'm just swallowing.
See, it's kind of funny because Dev was saying the other day, I don't know why everybody always draws me fatter than I am. By the way, I'm eating third dinner.
Anyway, I didn't get it, so that's that.
All right. He moves over to the second box and begins doing the same. Meanwhile, Ludmilla bends over. See, that sounds very unelegant.
I was waiting to see how you were going to go along with that.
Leans down. There we go. Much better. Leans down and looks into the first lockbox. She waves over a couple of her thugs, she gestures at them to begin taking whatever it is inside of it out of it. And they take out piece after piece of armor that looks like plate, but it literally sparkles in the sunlight. Eventually, an entire suit of armor is displayed, and it shines, like not just from the sunlight. It seems to literally shine. Whatever this is, it's not steel or anything like that. Something weird.
Not magic. We would have sensed it otherwise.
Yeah, like even with the failed one, you could at least have been able to sense that it was magic.
The second lockbox also eventually springs open. The priest, the mage, or whatever the hell he is, looks properly exhausted now. Like, he's already been doing a lot of stuff, clearly, and he's just looking dead on his feet. He gives Ludmilla quite a resentful glance as he goes over to sit down on a tree stub nearby. Ludmilla walks over to the second cask, and she opens it slowly. She opens it about halfway, then stops, pausing briefly, and then slams the box shut, and then looks around herself as if, like, did anyone else see that? And she immediately orders the priest to get up again, and they have a heated discussion for a few seconds, until the priest sighs heavily and draws a small incantation on the side of the box, which seems to lock one out of the 4 heavy steel locks on it.
Well, did I get to see what was inside of it or no?
No, you're too far away.
All right.
And just to be clear, this is the small lockbox she was examining?
No, that was the second heavy locks box.
Okay, the second
Yeah.
heavy one.
And she drew the incantation thing on it.
Now, you could do a... so you're a mage, so you have the innate ability to sense magic, so you could do a... is that a roll, actually? Let me check.
Yeah, it is a roll. It's called Sense Magic. I haven't learned it yet.
So she's using magic. So she is a magic user.
Well, no, she didn't use it. The box.
I thought you said that she did a incantation thing on it. Or locked it.
No, the
priest.
mage opened
Okay.
both of them, and then she
Yes.
looked inside the second.
Okay. You could try academic knowledge again, but it'd be a fairly difficult roll.
Okay.
Come on, Deb.
Dev's like,
Yeah, there's
Deb,
too busy acting
Stop
as the forest.
shouting.
He is too busy acting as the forest would, which is just sitting there.
the forest would not sense any magic, that's sure. You get a momentary hint that there's something clearly magical in the box. Presumably it is heavily warded against outside scrying, since you didn't notice anything, and the sensation disappeared the moment he slammed it shut. The rest of the casks, she seems to have forgotten a little bit about the small steel lockbox in all of this, and she simply places that on one of the carts where all of the other weapons have been loaded on. They don't seem to really at all go looking for the magically sealed box. If anything, they seem kind of surprised that these boxes were there. So clearly they had some idea of the value of the shipment, but they expected the weapons. That's what you've seen. Like, they definitely expected the weapons to be there, and they expected the small steel lockbox to be there. But the other boxes have got them kind of confused. It takes them a while to load everything back up again before they disappear back into the forest. Loud cursing sounds can be heard all the way as these wagons are loaded way beyond capacity. I mean, they brought a couple of those like wooden wheelbarrow things with two wheels. Like, you can see those things sinking into the mud with every inch they move.
So, did they take any of the intact carts that were still left here?
No, like those are horse carts, big four-wheeled horse carts. They would never be able to move.
Those
through
are
the
intended
underground.
for road travel, not off-road in foresty swamp travel.
Yeah. Would it be worth it for us to take at least one of these carts then, in case we ever have to use it on the road?
We're going to run into the same issue that they are, which is our boat is not anywhere near a proper road.
True, but we have 4 of us
Yeah,
plus the
that's
were-rat. We can definitely pull a cart to our boat. Then load it on.
Wolf rat,
It would
not a were
take
rat.
you
Oh.
a significant amount of time. Like, you would literally have to hack a way through the forest.
Well, how did they get here?
Oh, he just said it. They weren't carrying like the big ones. They had like little push wheelbarrows.
Oh, no,
Let me
I don't mean that.
find you.
I meant the original caravan that was coming through this area. How are they doing it?
They went down the road.
Yeah, they went down the road. You could use the road too, but it's the road. And you're a bunch of fucking human rats.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, hail, traveler, what are you what the fuck?
Yeah, why not? Just be like, hello, wave at them as we go by with our cart.
That's quick.
We've
Yeah.
been infiltrated before. Fuck, even archers let us walk among the city. In broad daylight.
To be fair, they
That's
weren't
silly.
actively looking for stuff.
You know that the roads in this area, this is fairly far out of the usual area, but to get to the boat, you would have to travel a fair bit of a distance, and you'd
Okay.
get dangerously close to one of the nearby settlements, not to mention Beckhafen.
Well, I assume they're just going to bring these wheelbarrows back to
boat.
their base, then their boat, and then back to home. So it's probably not worth following them.
The thing is, we already have like a protocol set up for like if we want to talk to Ludmilla, like what we should do. So
Wait,
like
do we?
we don't need to follow them because like we know how to get in contact with them.
Okay.
The only reason they would be to follow them now would be if you were to try and sneak a closer peek at their stuff. That would probably be about it. Because you can get in contact with them whenever you want to. The question is if they'll, tell you honestly, oh, you found this.
Yeah, but I can't even unlock the boxes though, so it's not even worth it. I don't have pick lock yet. I don't have any spells that'll do it either. So, I guess I'll just return home then.
All right. Late at night, Ratata sneaks back on board the ship. Silent, like a voyeur would. Filthy habits. So, what did you see, Dev?
Well, I saw them collecting all of the stuff and there was a wizard who was casting spells to see if the stuff was legit. And they didn't notice, or they didn't seem to notice, that the big gold box was missing.
But I'm just going to point this out. Technically, there was a gold box, but we didn't take the gold filigree. We took the large magic lockbox.
Well, I thought it was gold colored.
No, there was one gold one, and then there was one that was.
Okay.
Let me look at my notes. Just one large, magically sealed steel and iron banding lockbox. That's the
Right.
one.
That was the one you took.
Yes, they didn't notice that the magic box was not even there.
They did not.
So
Everything
they-
else they
they
just
didn't
put it up
take
their
our
own.
box.
If they're
it's
gone, we can
stare
go
at
our
Ratata.
box. If
Yeah.
they're gone, we can get our box. See if we get goodies.
Go get box.
What, me? I can't unlock it. We're all going.
Go get lockbox.
I did say Naro did say we.
I'll
What is this?
put
We.
I'll push Discordia out of bed.
Thudding noises as she hits the floor.
Well, do we want to go in the middle of the night, or do you want to wait for day?
I am brains. Big strong rat. Point at Noah.
We probably need all four of us to carry it back. So
Doubt between Rattata and I, we need all four because I think both of our characters are the strongest in the party.
yeah, we still probably shouldn't split the party though. So we should all go.
Yeah, we're going to get the
What?
box so we can.
Yep.
Coming from Dev.
And also, I have got to
Hold
go
on,
for a
Dev.
second. I'll be back.
You little shouldn't split the party. Previous session, he's like, split the party. Narrative changes. Narrative changes
does
whenever
everybody's,
it's
though.
convenient.
It sounds like the party narrative currently is uniform. Wait, go get box. Because if they got cool shiny shit, then it means we get
Imagine
cool shiny shit.
changing your narrative.
I mean, you can stay, and we promise we will bring back
Imagine
everything in
changing
box.
your narrative. Oh my god. Well, at least they're learning.
I mean, to be fair, the narrative changes constantly. So.
Karsnicker, prepare ritual to prevent scrying alone on boat, and we go get box.
Meh. Alright.
No, that's more just me making fun of the don't split the party narrative. It's like leave important character alone by themselves.
Split party.
I'm not actually suggesting that.
Squeak.
Okay, you may travel back to the site to find your box. Roll perception to find your box. No,
It has
navigation. Yes.
It's been a day, and you said that if we know where it is, we can see where we left it.
He's being
I
sarcastic.
didn't say that.
You said you can see where the dirt was disturbed, so
Yeah.
we know roughly where he buried it.
But you don't know what the dirt is disturbed.
And
you
it's
said
so
you can see it.
easily deceived.
What a color chip. Your box is waiting for you in the dirt, filthy and muddy and awful. Little
We can clean it, make
flies
it better,
live there
stronger.
now.
Yep.
Mhm.
Let's carry it back.
Coons of shat all over it. Small family of animals have made it their abattoir. It's a damned heavy goddamn box. You leave in the middle of the night, get there, you spend an entire day hauling it back. Everyone's sad, miserable, hungry, tired, dying. When you finally get back to your boat, and there stands Kyle, looking, judging, refreshed, having slept a whole night's sleep. Probably eaten too.
I didn't realize you were playing my character for me.
You're not logged in.
That's true.
Actually, I am. I'm waiting for permissions on my laptop. Arch, give me my character back. Little whore. Gibbs.
You're sure?
Yeah. Well, actually, out of curiosity, hands, roll some dice real quick. Can I see it? Okay. I am there. But I can't click on my character, unfortunately. Which, under character select, is no Karsnicket.
It's probably because of the same reason why we can't click other people's characters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not telling me that you're even in here.
That's fine, but
interesting.
can you set the character to be, like, available again?
I can. I've cleared the owner now.
Maybe I'll try. Hold on.
And we'll see if he takes ownership if it pops up or not. Karsnicket is here.
Yeah. So it is Kyle's goddamn computer that ruins it all.
The thing is, if his laptop works, we found a workaround.
This is going to be a nightmare to play. See, I'm surrounded by a what's it called? Like a U-shaped desk, but there are monitors on every desk. So I'm just sitting
So
here
I
with it on my
assume
lap.
I still need to stream to you then, so that you can stream to chat.
Nope. Next stream I'll have it fixed. I'll set up Streamlabs on my laptop and the problem will be done.
What
Unless-
we'll probably do is we'll take the hiatus early and I'll just look at some of the alternatives as well.
Well, we could do that together. You don't do it by yourself.
I've already goddamn purchased Tail Spires. We'll get fucking that. I'll look into those other ones for the Virtual Foundry tabletop gay ass nonsense.
At least I can fucking play.
At least you
You know,
can
we
roll
can help
dice.
you move stuff over if you want.
I think I'm missing some windows though.
He might not have unlocked everything for you.
No, you have to do that yourself. It's the customization thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, you select what things you want to display for yourself.
Oh.
All right, you've brought the box home. Now what? Will you touch the box? Pet the box? Stroke it gently?
Assuming Rattata told a reasonably accurate retelling of what he saw, Nara will just look at Karsnicket. Maybe a ritual to prevent scrying when we open box. Remember... Actually, no, never mind. I was going to say, remember when we had the pistols from Sephora, but Nara wasn't there, so he wouldn't remember that.
I mean, my character would. But the thing is,
Yes.
I failed the first check, so I had to wait anyways to try anything again anyways.
Oh, I'm arguing just for, like, when we're opening the crate, to have, like, just a ritual to prevent scrying. Because from what it looked like, Ludmilla was surprised by what she found in that box. So that's at least reason to be cautious about just opening it willy-nilly.
I'm assuming the other rat told us this, right, Rattata?
That's what I'm saying. Assuming he gave us an accurate retelling.
Because I've been paying attention, and he hasn't told the party what happened. So I'm operating on my character's knowledge, not out of character knowledge. Unless Deb would like to inform us of things.
I mean, he did tell us that they came and got the stuff and that they didn't
Yeah, I did
look
tell you.
for
I did say.
box.
Yeah. Kibbs, you're falling asleep. I did say it already.
He did say there was a wizard.
Yeah, but
Wonderful wizard of us.
what would make me think that the wizard had touched the box?
You could ask
Convince-
Rattata if the wizard touched the box.
How would he have touched the box? Well, regardless, I will do another whatchamacallit now that I'm actually away. I assume I can do another magical sense on it.
You can?
See if I detect anything.
Sorry, Kibbs. I can tell you the answer to that question. I was just up away from my microphone for a second. The wizard didn't find the box at all. He didn't touch it.
I said okay. I'm pacing away because my laptop's on a different desk.
As we all wait with bated breath. Okay.
Listen, I had to open it up. I have to turn like 180 degrees.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying, and as we wait for the roll.
There we go. Did it appear?
Yes,
Okay.
you see the roll. You got 29, 2 degrees of success.
Yep, I can see that.
Okay, Kyle. Roll toughness.
La gasp. Hold on while I rotate again.
Not a terrible roll, but yeah.
Not a terrible roll, but
But not enough.
Kyle, as you reach your magical senses out to the box, you begin worming your way past its warding. It's clearly shielded against attempts to poke at the box via magical means. And you get past the outer wardings. Then you briefly touch the thing inside of the box, and in a natural response to Skavendom, you figure out that it is not something you should touch. It hurts. It's bad. It's evil, in fact. Filthy. Dirty. Yes. Very, very disgusting. Very disgusting. And you take 1 point of damage.
Okie doke. I'll add that
I don't
when
think
I
it's
rotate
considered.
back in a minute. Oh yeah, we haven't healed at all, have we?
We didn't take really any damage from that fight, but no.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
I
I
didn't
have.
get
No, at that comment. Just clear it all and then look at my leg.
people didn't take any damage.
I mean,
look at the bruise on my leg, and then
Scrazzle
just look back at
is a
no.
brown rat.
live. What doesn't kill makes strong.
Actually, Kyle, you have no idea what color of rat I am because I have no fur.
Oh, that's right. You're worse. I keep forgetting.
I could be
That's
any
right,
color.
Basically a naked rat.
You're a naked rat. That's somehow worse.
So, Arch, Kibbs is not the only magically inclined person anymore. Can I try to figure out what's in the box?
You can.
Now, do I actually need magical sense for that?
Yes. Unless you want to do it a different way.
To sense into the box, yes, but you could, observe Kyle squirming on the deck, talk to him, like, sense like, and then do academic knowledge to try and figure out what the hell happened.
Well, I
Nah,
might as
let
well
him touch
spend
it.
experience and buy magical sense right now. I forgot that I could do that.
I mean,
That's
he
the wonderful
give me
thing
a
about this
said
system.
academic
You can-
knowledge, not magical sense.
No, my academic knowledge is will get me the information, but it's a higher threshold than magical senses.
Magical sense would be easier, yes.
Yes, okay. Let me add that into my skills. And what stat does that use?
knows.
Magic, it's probably int.
Probably
Or-
int.
Yeah, magic.
All right, let me just set it up.
Magical sense, intelligence, yes.
All right.
Intelligence.
So, I'll push Karsnicket aside. This is a job for the pros, son.
I really
I'll-
want you to fail your roll spectacularly and explode.
And then I'll lay both of my hands directly on the box and shout, "Reveal your secrets!"
Squeakrits.
Squeakrits.
God damn it!
Oh no.
Fuck you.
A standard failure.
Fuck you. That's karma. Fuck you.
Well, you do a slightly better job than Kyle in that you two squirm your way past oh no, that's toughness then. You do a slightly worse job than Kyle.
Yeah, no, I get further. Fuck you. That's what I was saying.
Wait, toughness? Hold on. I rolled. int. I rolled-
No. TN is the target number. If you look to the left of that, it says ability intelligence.
Oh, okay.
All
All right.
On the bright side, because you don't get any further, you don't need to take damage. So that's happy noises.
You
Don't
just
worry,
fail.
That's
Karsnik
great.
will just use warp lightning, and you'll get damage regardless.
How sturdy do these locks look?
Pretty. They're solid steel locks.
Nara was debating whether or not to say, fuck all this magic bullshit. Time for the magic of muscle.
Gressler agrees.
Well, I guess before. So, what in Box? Clearly, you react to what's in it. What did you sense?
Must be valuable. He fall over.
More importantly, based on what I know about the books, we know that it's trapped. So, is there any way I can actually unwind the trap, Arch?
Sure, yeah. It would be a magical ritual. It would take a while. It'd be a careful process. So you'd have to keep the boat there, or somewhere else stable where you could take your time and concentrate on it. But you could.
Could you use
About how long?
magic academic knowledge to try and figure out what the hell you were just like interacting with?
Potentially.
If Kibbs and I work together on the ritual, oh sorry, if Kibbs and I work together on the ritual, can we maybe make it faster or safer?
Very potentially.
All right, let's do it. We'll do a fusion dance.
Karsnik doesn't like this idea. The dance part is gay.
Look, you wanted him to be cringe.
Oh,
Make
fusion
him
dance! I
describe
know what he's
that.
referencing. No, ban him. Ban
Yeah,
him.
it's a Dragon Ball thing, man.
I was wondering why you like. It's like, whatever. The dance
I mean,
is just gay. And then
That's
it's
kinda
like,
gay. I'm like, wait.
now that you know, now
fusion
that I know
dance.
you know, and truly know.
Steven Universe. Get out.
No,
of here.
Dragon Ball, you
Dragon Ball,
and
you
he is
idiot.
being
No.
cringe. This is progress.
It's
They
a
have-
Dragon Ball, you
He's
idiot.
They
being
have that in
cringe.
Steven Universe. Fuck you. That was his.
Make
you're
They did it there,
cringe.
yes, but the original
Make him
fusion dance
describe
is from
the
Dragon
dance
Ball.
in
Or
detail.
Dragon Ball Z, I guess.
Never
technically.
seen
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z in like
Ball.
1989.
I remember
they did
seeing
it.
that when I was on fucking.
I
like,
wasn't even
television.
alive when that shit was.
Wait, hold on, Kibbs. Do you seriously not know anything about Dragon Ball?
That was before my time.
Are you
He
fucking
probably
kidding me?
knows it exists. He probably knows it
I
exists.
know it exists. I know the memes like it's over 9,000 stuff like that, and I know that that's not true because that's a translation error. But other than that,
Yeah,
like,
if I remember
that's
in the manga it was 8,000. But
It was
Yeah.
8,000. But still, you should go watch it. Go back.
I really
All
don't
we
know
do
about
is
that.
it's really not that great, honestly.
Well, watch Super then. Like the retelling in modern
Oh, I'm
terms.
so sad
pretty
that I fucking know what Steven Universe is, though. I'll tell you that. Ugh.
See, I don't know what that is, so it's fine.
Oh, you're
Nara will
lucky.
go up to Karstik.
You're lucky.
Ratchin dance, important for Horned Rat's plan. May be displeasurable, but necessary for great plan.
Okay, so Arch, what should Kibbs and I roll to do this ritual together?
Friendship.
All right, what stat is that?
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Okay, let's do it.
Far you're old.
Describe the dance step.
Dance.
And
Describe-
actually, this should not actually be a roll to try to get lower, but try to get closer to each other's rolls.
describe it.
Closer to each other.
That's Dev's way of saying I'm gonna fail any fellowship roll.
Let's roll it.
I don't think anyone has like terribly great fellowship.
No, my
Oof.
fellowship shit.
My turn to
Come on,
draw.
Kyle. Get close to him.
Get close to a
Get
58.
It's reading time.
You see,
Dev,
th-
Dev, you had to open your mouth, didn't you?
I choose to interpret this as Karsnik taking to heart what Gnarl said. This is a part of the great plan. He
Now
needs
that
to do
I've
this.
thoroughly dominated Dev.
and then Rattata just falls on his butt, and Karsnicket just does the dance by himself.
Oh no. This is not that kind of dance. Oh no. Instead, having seen Ratata's poor performance, Karsnicket just steps up and starts leading in a tango, a really close erotic one, just dragging him along like a dead piece of meat, just swinging him around.
Sounds
someone
good.
who clearly knows dancing trying to guide someone who doesn't.
I've been practicing
Yes.
for Ludmilla. Interspecies, here we come.
Not for no, you don't.
Oh shit, I ain't getting no sloppy seconds. Squeak.
After about 15 minutes of erotic dancing, you have indeed completed this portion of the ritual. You may indeed
Scrattel
get started
is
on the actual ritual now.
uncomfortable.
Okay. What do we roll for the ritual?
Scrazzo, is it not disquieting that Karsnicket know that dance well?
Yes, yes, yes. He seen new side of Karsnicket.
Seem very enthusiastic. Yes, yes.
Didn't even have to
Very-
look, up, moves.
Right. Both of you roll intelligence, and we'll add those together for how long the ritual will take.
Okay.
As a mystery die is rolled.
Mystery die,
My favorite type of die.
mystery die.
There's my intelligence.
Dev
Gibbs,
has
rotate
failed at being
faster.
intelligent.
Rotate faster. God damn it. What's happened to him? Is he dead? He's dead.
Who's dead?
He's like, you need to roll another intelligence.
He's still dancing.
No, what do you mean rolling intelligence? That was a fellowship. That's a different roll altogether.
No,
Now
you
he's
did the
dead.
fellowship, so the dance was successful.
Oof.
We'll do a fate
Right.
for that. Nope.
I was going to say, it's like, I'm pretty sure you have 2 fates, right?
This shit gonna take a while.
Okay, good. Let's going to say.
All right. Not great, but it's certainly something. It's not a failure, at least. It'll take you most of the day to do this properly and safely. So you're stuck in the jungle for another day or so. Everyone else on the boat just gets to stare at these two as they hum at the box.
We're monks now.
Squeak.
No, that's not as funny. We can't squeak like that. It's got to be high pitched. Oh god, that would be really annoying, wouldn't it? Yes, we squeak high pitched.
Scraggle's gonna go and sit with his injured, bruised leg up for the rest of the day.
You can always just break her other leg, and by her I mean it.
Scrazzo, you're right. You need to work on leg day. Nar'll help you with that.
Is
Like-
Puggles doing anything?
Trying to commit suicide somewhere.
No, Puggles.
A little noose underneath the boat, but he can't like reach it because he tied it too high.
No
He's definitely
worry.
jumping up to try and get to the news. Like,
Don't worry, Puggles. We make your cabin safe, so no accidents happen.
I imagine there's a little doghouse somewhere on this boat, and it's got a door that you can close and lock, obviously, and inside there's just padded walls. And right now, Puggles is inside of it, screaming. You can only hear muffled, like, "Arrs!" as you hear little thuddy noises.
He makes many happy noises.
Yes, that sound of happy.
Loves his new home, he does.
No hear anyone say otherwise. Yes.
Right, Karsnicket and Ratata carries out their ritual to the rhythmic thuds of Puggles trying to bash his brain in against the padded door. Ka-tunk, 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 ka-tunk. And so passes the hours. Let's roll on the random fun chart. It's rainy.
Feels
Karsnicket
appropriate for what we're trying to
Ratata
do.
gets drenched.
All hot and sweaty. Not wet too.
But eventually, you do manage to unpick whatever magical bum rapery has been placed inside of this casket. Progress. You now imagine that you could open it relatively safely without burning any of your fingers off.
If that is the case, then the chains around it are just the steel chains, then, yeah?
Well, there are 4 large steel lock pads, like integrated padlocks, basically.
Okay, so they're physically a part of the crate. They're not
Yes.
hooked onto it.
They are physically a part of the crate.
Okay. Because now I was strong, but I don't think probably strong enough to rip the thing completely open.
No, not even close.
Need to get a few more levels of strength. Then maybe.
You would either need to get a locksmith specialist to open this, or get Dev to learn lockpicking. 1 out of 2. Or kidnap that mage that Ludmilla had.
Yeah, see, regarding lockpicking, I'm pretty far away from it unless I change class right now. I don't have enough experience for that.
Mucho sado.
The other way to get lockpicking? Any other classes? I don't think my
Can we
class-
just force it, maybe?
Well, that's what I was wondering. But it sounds like these are like... It's not these are like padlocks that you hook onto the box. These locks are like physically a part of the box.
Yes.
Mhm. But I guess what I mean is, if we got a crowbar, could we just brute strength it, and that would give us an advantage?
I mean, you could brute strength it over a period of time, like holding it up a fucking mountain and dropping it off like 10 times. You might bust
Do
one.
any of our people that we bought, can any of those have lockpicking? I don't know what we
We
bought.
just bought soldiers, we didn't buy specialists.
We did buy some officer
If
type,
any of them have lockpicking, your treasury back home is awfully unsafe.
but then we would know who to look for. If there's only one guy who can pick locks and the lock gets picked, pretty much have our culprit. Wouldn't be smart.
We know who that
Probably
person
just leave
is.
at that point. No, you'd be better off probably looking in a human settlement, honestly.
I mean,
Well, we could hold on to it for a bit, too, and just
Yeah,
wait.
we physically have the box. It is in our possession.
Yes.
And we removed the magic bullshit.
The
So,
odds of it sprouting legs and leaving are relatively small by magic
Well-
standards.
Do we have a secure area of the hold that we can actually lock up ourselves?
Well, you do have a secure area of the hold, yes. How secure it is depends entirely on how innovative your new henchmen become.
Well, can we put a lock on the door and keep people out?
Sure.
Well, then let's put the chest down there. We'll put like I don't know, a cloth over it or some barrels or something, and
to be fair,
we'll just lock the door.
the safest place probably for that chest would probably be like on the ship in one of our rooms.
That's what he's talking about.
Pretty much.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the whole like in the Warren.
No. Like a locked area in our ship. We can just put a lock on the door.
That can be done. It is achievable. You have the technology. Barely.
Well, then let's do that. Let's put that box, and we'll just put it on the back burner for now, because we're not going to trust anybody else with it. And we'll just lock it up in the hold somewhere, and I'll level as fast as I can until I can lockpick.
Optimism. What a delightful little fruit. Okay, you can do that. So, what are you going to do now that you've done everything immediately possible? Again, you could also try to contact a lockpicker. Maybe Ludmilla might even know a highly skilled one that you could purchase for a fee, though a raised eyebrow or two might appear if you arrive shortly afterwards and go like, so...
we may have come across a box. Need
Hypothetically speaking, If we were to come in possession of valuable box that need opening, how would one?
She just looks at you like, It's like, just hypothetical. Yes, yes. No actual box, she said.
Don't have one on hand now. You know, just hypothetically in future.
Real
It's,
bullshit.
it might come across as mildly suspicious.
I have
But
no idea.
considering it seems like the immediate stuff we did what we could. The only other thing I could think of right now would basically be going and then talking to her, because, like, okay, we did the thing, so now we can have that little conversation.
Yep, that seems like the next thing to do.
Alright.
Discordia and I can rest up while you two go talk.
Okay, you sail back to Zavastra. Loud complaining noises coming from the personnel quarters every step of the way. Something about a bruised leg.
Ow.
Puggles is let out of his safety home to spin the wheel once more. Twirl, twirl, twirl. And you arrive back at your warren, where you don't at all catch every last one of your little ungrateful bastards trying to get into your vaults. No. They've all been doing their things, and the Stormvermin only report minor incidents of attempted pilfering, primarily between the various underlings.
How long
That
has
sounds
it taken
about
to
right.
get back? And has my leg healed?
Yes, it takes you like a couple of days. It should be fine.
Okay, I will mostly stop complaining and all, although I may still occasionally glare in his direction.
That would be a fine choice of action, yes. Right. Do you want to try and get in contact with Ludmilla immediately, or is there some other misadventures you would like to get up to?
Well, in the grand scheme of things, I remember conversations about potentially getting other contacts in other settlements, but as for right now, just finalizing the deal of it's like, okay, we did the thing.
Yeah, we might potentially want to get a lockpicking contact in a settlement.
Well, if you're asking about the criminal underworld in other settlements, she would be the woman to ask.
Does sound reasonable given her vocation.
I guess it's probably time to go talk to her again.
Yep. However, we should not bring up that we need a locksmith. This is not the time.
I mean,
Because
we
she
were
will figure
joking
it
about
she'll
that,
figure it
yeah.
out.
We were
She'll figure it
joking.
out, so
I mean, we could try and bullshit her, like, no, don't, just hypothetical. I don't think she would believe this.
no.
Well, if you can get in access with a thieves guild or a local criminal organizations, they might know a lockpicker without you necessarily asking Ludmilla. Like, oh, we'd like to get in contact with the thieves guild because we have a lock to pick.
Totally not related to last job. No. Fell off back of different car.
Well, I guess if I wanted to abandon Sorcerer early, I could get it in 200 more experience, so it's not that far away. We can wait. Let's just wait.
Okay. Right. So there you get in contact via your sources, and you're informed that Ludmilla she's out of town for the immediate moment, and you're requested to wait a couple of days as she came across some unusual cargo that requires specific investigation.
We can imagine. I mean, considering the party doesn't have any other current leads, are you guys fine with just waiting until she gets back?
Yes. I
I'm not
mean,
hearing any.
couple extra days to rest my poor leg.
Leg fine, fine.
Almost killed.
Doubtful.
All right. A couple of days passes, and you're invited to meet Ludmilla in her warehouse as last time.
Yep. Gnarl's going since he's one of the contacts, I guess, for their organization.
Yep.
Is
Coming
Karsnicket going
to-
with? Okay. So it sounds like Gnarl and Karsnicket are going again.
Very well. You depart at the expected time and everything. You rendezvous. You go to the little meeting house. Everything's wonderful. You don't get ambushed or, stabbed or any of the usual. Don't even try to steal your money. They're really quite trustworthy, these people. Really. Everything considered. Ludmilla is in the warehouse, waiting for you. It's not such an extravagant welcome this time. No cookies or cakes or tea set out. You get a little bit extra on the first date because you don't know. But now, second date's less interesting, obviously.
Wow.
So
At this point, it's business, not just pleasure.
She seems quite distracted, honestly. Like she had to take this meeting, but she clearly has her mind somewhere else, and she gives you a very curt welcome and asks, "Oh, what are you here for?"
Well,
Didn't- Hold on. Didn't she invite us?
No.
No, we wanted to basically have this I at least wanted to have this conversation, so that way we can officially say, okay, we did what we agreed upon.
Alright. I'll let Black Rat take the lead role here.
Alright. We are here to confirm our deal. After all, you did get the goods, did you not?
She taps her fingers, annoyed, on the desk, and gives you a heavy sigh. Oh, I got the goods, all right. Far more goods, actually, than anyone was asking for. She does that thing women do when they're kind of pissed and you're the closest thing around, so she's angry at you now.
Karsnicket backs up a few steps. Karsnicket doesn't like women.
Doesn't like females.
Disgusting.
She stands up quite abruptly from her chair and begins lecturing you. Like, where were you? Why did you go off to? You just attacked the caravan and then left us holding the bag?
I would point out, as you mentioned yourself, there was an ogre hunter there. There were some injuries that needed to be tended to.
Ah, logic. On a woman. Bold choice.
A foolish choice.
Surprised he wasn't like, but you wanted bag.
See, that would have been the even dumber thing.
Yeah. Saying that I literally gave you exactly what you want doesn't usually work in these situations.
Women hate that.
Right, having at least sidestepped the potential landmine in front of him, the Ludmilla looks mildly annoyed that you didn't just kind of either accept responsibility or walk into it fully fledged.
Gnarl, still Skaven.
Injuries? I heard you tried to set up a meeting just a few days ago. How injured could you have been? And we didn't see any of your kind near the ambush site. Are you sure you didn't just want to get some distance between yourself and the cargo?
You won't have to take any fucking lie rolls, by the way. Because you're not going to be lying. Because you had no idea.
we literally didn't know what was in those crates, so like, how could we have known that they were going to be that
I
important?
know, that's what I'm telling you
But-
out of character, so you know that you have some cards up your sleeve.
Well, no, yeah. You are correct. We did not lose any of our number, but like, with the crates being there, after all, we assumed you would want them. So, again, with our injured party, we had to pull back just to ensure that they could recover in peace, figuring that you would be able to handle the rest. After all, you are a capable woman, are you not?
Ooh.
Capable woman.
Done
Hmm.
diddly stepped in it, heat. Carson teleports out. No, I'm kidding.
All right, it's time to rat out on the other.
Leaves
It's
himself
time
in
to
the
rat on
wall.
the other rats.
A cloud of green smoke puffs into existence in the room.
She's like,
Oh,
weren't
well.
there two of you a minute ago?
At least one person will survive this. That's good.
After all, we did not know what was in the caravan any more than you did.
We saw the broken open boxes, and you and your kin clearly rummaged through some of it. You should have been there to tell us. Yes, you should have warned us, shouldn't you? Do you have any idea how much trouble we are in now?
Trouble with whom?
With whom? Huh. You get one of those looks that very much so says, I'm angry at you, and you should know why.
I don't like this character anymore.
It seems like now is the time to point out that you had no idea what's in the box.
That's
Yeah,
what
that you saw a couple of
that's what
things
Nara was
like,
trying
that
to, like,
fell
get
out
at.
of boxes on the ground.
That's
but
what Nara was
assumed that
trying
she
to, like, get
knew
at. That's what
what
Nara was
she-
trying to get
You
at.
can explain
after.
that the boxes were damaged in battle, which honestly, considering
It is actually factually correct. I remember many lightning storms around there.
specifically, you can point out the fact that the boxes in particular, the ones that were damaged, were the ones underneath the tree.
Yeah, you can also
Yeah,
point
I
out
know.
that, a few of the men had broken spines just to back that up. Like, we broke some boxes and some spines.
I mean, yes, some of the boxes were destroyed, but you saw the ambush site. Since you mentioned the ogre, we set a trap. The tree fell, hit the first one, and then after, some minor explosions caused the others to open. As you also saw, we did not take anything because, again, you said that you wanted what was in the caravan. So based off our agreement, we left it. How could we have known what was in the heavily locked metal boxes? We certainly didn't have the means to open them.
Could be
Tree
technically-
falls, things happen, bada bing, bada bam.
I mean, it literally, it's true. Things,
It's true.
a tree fell, things happened.
Funny lightning storm appear.
She seems more frustrated again as she sits back down and kind of scratches her hair as if she's just like trying to figure out what the hell to do next. And she gives another heavy sigh before continuing as if nothing happened. She was never actually angry or anything. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
I wasn't angry that those shoes were damaged. It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. Either way, somebody is going to have to figure out how to deal with this. Now, I have already contacted some of my friends in Beckhafen to figure out the extent of the damages. And I am waiting for a report back from my agents in Talabheim. Until then, I suggest you and your friends stay very quiet.
Time to do some raiding.
Okay. Can you just ask what was in the box directly? I kind of want to know now.
Yeah, you should just ask her.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Black rat call.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if Nara would actually just be blunt enough to say, it's like, what was in the box to cause so much trouble?
Or is it something we should be concerned about?
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose that actually would be the angle that Nara would take more on that.
Self-perseverance, yeah.
As I asked before, you mentioned trouble that we're in. Again, trouble with whom?
She looks up at you with those upturned, hopeless eyes, and like, man, you terrible human. The sighing eyes. I was like, don't you try to lie to me. You had a mage in your party. Surely you sensed what was in those boxes?
Just tell
She seems
her
to be
he's not a
attributing
very
more-
good mage.
I was about to say, she seems to be attributing far more expertise to Gotham.
A mage, yes, but he did attempt to see, but with cursory glances, couldn't do much. Heavily warded.
Hmm. She seems a little bit like she still seems to think that you've tried to actively screw her over here, but at the same time you're here in her trade house right now, going like, no, just innocent Skaven. It's an unlikely, it's an unlikely conversation.
It's
Yet
true.
still,
Like you underestimate his incompetence.
we did not try to backstab. We were not smart enough to attempt.
Would have tried if smart enough, but not.
She gives another heavy sigh. You notice the bags under her eyes. It's clearly been a heavy few days. She pulls out the small steel lockbox and opens that up. Inside of it is a very large ledger, bound with heavy gold bindings. Like it's a few thousand thick, like medieval pages. This is what we were after. It is the trade ledger for the Beckhafen Guild. It shows us every trade, every cargo shipment, every route, every ship, and everything that's on it for the next 6 months. But then she points over to the side of the room where the two large steel boxes are. Why don't you go and open them? She says. And now we see how big Gnarl's testicles really are.
I mean, she did invite, and Gnarl is curious.
And she's
He
still
will-
in the room, so she hasn't run.
It's true. I guess Gnarl will go over and take a look.
All right. They are unlocked. The one on the right, you open it up, and inside of it is a full suit of plate armor. She gestures towards it and says, "That is a handcrafted suit of dwarven Grumril armor. Its value is greater than this entire godforsaken shitty city. And that's not the biggest treasure." She gestures you to open the other box.
Hold on, I'm just writing down what was actually in one of the large lock boxes. Dwarven armor. Expensive.
Very.
Gnarl's like, I could wear that.
It's true. He could. He has the traits for it.
You
Like,
could.
I will take off hands
More
and just start spraying it on.
Then settlement.
Problem solved.
Or so she claims.
It was very good armor.
Alright, he will now open the second one, now that his player has written down the notes.
Inside of the second one is a very long sword. It's close to half the height of a grown man. Like it's massive. It's very finely made. The pommel is of spun gold. It's got little gemstones in it. It's really, 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 really beautiful. It's also draped in a flag with the personal colors of the Emperor Karl Franz, and it has a small runic symbol near the hilt. The woman goes over to it and looks at it as if it is a poisonous viper and says, "That is one of the Emperor's rune fangs, which was being transported to Ostmark for an offensive against Sylvania." For a bit of context, there are only 12 rune fangs in the entirety of the Empire. They are the most prized, valued possessions of the entire nation. Most of them are already in the hands of the elected count, except for a couple in the Emperor's personal arsenal. One of which has now been stolen by you.
The question is, how good is the sword?
We could always
Oh,
sell
it's
it
very
back.
good.
Sell it back at a high price. Be like, you want to pay 5 billion marks? Ransom.
Its value absolutely dwarves that of the Grumbril armor. Like, in comparison, Grumbril is goddamn commonplace.
Relatively speaking.
Yes. The poor rats. It does not understand. But the expression on the poor woman's face tells you everything you need to know. She's stolen a lot of stuff before, but stealing the nuclear briefcase is a bigger problem.
What are these nuclear launch codes for? Oh shit.
This has made me many enemies. Many, many enemies.
Many very powerful, well-funded, and very dedicated enemies.
Very much so. All right, she seems to be done speaking for the moment, lost in contemplation and hopelessness.
So, okay, no, so she did say that was, or what the blade was and what it represented. All right.
Yes.
Rather big catch, indeed. Bigger than expected, agreed. Much bigger.
Big catch. That earns you one of those glances that just like, if I could wring your neck right now, I would.
Hmm. This is one of those things where the player of Gnarl is like, huh, I was expecting stuff for fighting the undead, just not that.
Sylvania has been a problem for a while, and it seems that a ploy is being set in motion to try and deal with the problem a little bit more permanently.
Okay, here's our next move. We're stealing this stuff from her and leaving.
I mean, she literally doesn't want it. So
Yeah.
just be like, I will wear it. Problem solved.
Well, I think the issue is
Yes,
that this
Gnarl will become the next electric count. I like where this is going.
The thing is,
I think the issue
we're
is that
not
this
from
is too
around
much
here.
heat.
So what
No,
do
that's-
we care if some guy has lost his armor and sword? Like Finders Keepers.
Yeah, true.
Like, we don't care. Like, if she doesn't want it.
It's too much heat for her, and I don't think she's going to let us take it and be like, listen, we'll dispose of this for you. No, it's going to be too much. So if we actually want this stuff, we're going to have to go against her.
I don't necessarily think so. Because right now she's having an issue of a relatively minor thief who just stole something far above their pay grade and they know it.
It's too hot for her to ship.
Yeah.
Whereas, why should we care? Like, Finders Keepers. No, it's like, don't need to sell. Looks good on me.
If these items are such a concern, why don't we take care of it then? If we get caught, what do you care? If we are elsewhere.
She looks at you with this "are you stupid" kind of look.
Yes. No, deadpans.
Dead pants. Yes, actually, yes. The problem isn't who's in possession of it now, it's who's even been near it. Our only hope is to lay low and ride out whatever investigation is happening, and then ship it as far away from here as humanly possible. And you do not have a reputation for being overly subtle with your ship.
Sadly, Gnarl cannot finagle his way out of that one.
She seems quite intent on trying to keep this as buried as possible, to hope nobody knows. I mean, there wasn't any survivors of the transport. Now, the problem is you're still in a relatively small geographical area, but, oh well.
Suppose we do decide to lay low. Eventually, they're going to search outside of the Empire's territory. Or if nothing else, at the very least, ask officials nearby.
Oh, they're going to come looking for it, all right. I'm sure we'll hear words of it soon. But if we can keep it hidden for long enough to get it out of here, we might be safe. Whilst traveling now will carry far too great a risk. We have no idea where the threat might be coming from. Has Kislev been informed? Is the Tsarina on the lookout? Is it an internal Empire matter? Perhaps the Imperial's best case scenario are too embarrassed to admit that they lost one of their valued rune fangs.
Out of character, I actually just thought of something. Would you guys be okay if I brought up the undead ship that was nearby?
Hold on a sec. What if we throw Ludmilla under the bus and we help that one Empire wannabe kid?
I like where you're going.
Why? What does that get us?
Because then we can steal all their stuff. Because their organization will be disbanded. Absolutely destroyed.
So you mean leak it to the Empire wannabe?
No. Yeah, the Empire
that she
wannabe.
has the stuff.
Yeah,
And
basically,
that will
leak it
help
to the.
him recover it. In exchange for all of his powers that he will be given for doing such a deed. If he achieves that, he will be a person of great power and influence.
Now the downside is, he didn't seem like a underworldly type.
True, but power corrupts. Humans are greedy.
I mean,
Humans
she
are-
could
rather-
just drop us in it too, and we do have a box that we don't know what's in it.
That's true.
Because
We could
my,
have something
my
even
idea
more
was
valuable.
my idea was basically bring up the undead ship that we saw nearby. Because
Okay,
if she wants to, if she's concerned about heat, and we can basically bring up, it's like, we did actually see a undead war barge in this area. It wouldn't necessarily be too hard to point the officials in that direction, or at the very least leave evidence to point it towards that.
Yeah, but
Rather than-
why would we help her though?
Why not? We've been on her side this whole time. Why wouldn't we help her?
For Skaven.
Okay. I mean, what
we're
I would
helping
like to
her
do-
because she's able to help us shift the loot that we get.
Yeah, but there's
She's
an
our contact.
opportunity. There is an opportunity for greater power here.
see, what I personally want to do is I want to steal it from her.
What are we gonna do?
I want
with
to
the
sneak
rune?
in. I want to sneak in. I'll wait till she leaves town for some reason. Sneak in and take it, and then run. At the very least, get the sword.
See, I don't want the sword either.
The issue is, at that point, she would just rat us out, to the officials and say, yeah, no, there's a rat group nearby. Don't worry,
Which she
there's
might
rats.
do anyway if we try and double cross it.
Exactly.
She could be like, nope, they stole it and brought it to me. Which is technically true.
I mean, we haven't dug too much of a warren yet. We can just take the sword and abandon these guys.
Issue is that's so many resources we basically sunk into just that.
Yep.
It's not that much. The sword's definitely worth more than what we've sunk.
The sword's probably more trouble than it's worth.
And the thing is, at that point, if we were going to try to like rebuild like the Skaven Warren, we would basically have to deal with one of the, or I guess the closest clan nearby was like what, Clan Motor, right? At Hellpit.
Well, in the Empire, there are several smaller clans nearby.
But we don't necessarily have immediate contact with them.
Or friendly
Are-
relations.
Are you saying that you wouldn't want to be wearing that armor and wielding that sword?
I wouldn't mind it. It's
Yeah.
just the issue of that stuff.
Well, actually,
brings heat,
it's
like you said.
designed for humans, not for Skaven, so it won't be of much
Yeah.
use for you.
Yeah, because he said it was like personally crafted for.
Yeah, it's not
It
gonna
is a human suit of armor. Like, for Gnarl to wear it, it would require some pretty serious refitting, which isn't impossible, but you'd need a pretty
Master
hefty
armor or something like
craftsman.
that. Because that's made by a dwarf, and they
Regardless,
allegedly know their shit.
What we need to do, because what the Horned Rat sent us here to do in the first place was to set up shop here, to set up a warren here. That's the
Yes.
most important goal. We need to get the heat off of this entire area. If that means
Which is-
burning Ludmilla in order to appease the gods, or, well, God, or whatever we need to do, we got to figure out a plan to do it, because the warren's at stake. This is
Right, but
pretty
she's
serious.
just gonna rat us out in return. And she's already she knows about our ship.
I mean, if she gets
So
captured,
she can point them in our
will.
directions.
She will rat us out, which is why she needs
Right.
to be dealt with.
She's willing to rat us out if we don't come, or if we can at least come up with a plausible plan.
To also provide a little bit of context in the world as well, if you were indeed able to like tell somebody where to find this shit and have them like report it to the authorities, etc., to make them look the hero, it would undoubtedly come with a sizable reward, undoubtedly. Now, bear in mind, this is a Kislevit village, so the reward would not probably come from the Empire. Well, not in terms of like land or anything,
It'd
or
come from
titles.
Kislev.
Yes, Kislev, like, it would be a big deal. It would be a very big deal.
Yep.
And you could probably play that from a diplomatic perspective.
Definitely.
And they would also probably be a economic gift from the Empire as well.
Yeah, that's what
Right,
I
right,
was
or
thinking.
something.
Because like this has presented itself a beautiful opportunity for power and wealth and even more influence than Ludmilla can ever provide us. The question is, who should find it? Because whoever that is will gain more influence, more power, more money, and will be very grateful towards us.
But what about the guy who already knows about us?
I was about to say, it's got to be a bit
The thing
silly,
is,
right?
Silly!
Your friend.
It's pulling him over and be like, look, people think you're crazy. Yes, yes. We can make you rich and crazy.
Rich and crazy. Dinkums, I like the way you think.
You know, he's become an outcast because he keeps telling stories about the rat man. Like, you will have last laugh when you're rich and crazy.
It is a very Skaven thing to do, and it makes my mouth water.
It's gotta be him. It has to be.
Can you imagine he'd be like the Lord of the Land, and he'd also be in our back pocket? He'd be like, but he's like, I hate Skaven, but at the same time, they gave me everything I own. We've corrupted him. We've
They ruined
changed
my
him.
life, but then they built me up again.
The only problem would be to keep his finger away from the trigger long enough to go convince him, like, no, stop shooting, please. Want to make rich.
Want to make rich in exchange. You know, we might need to think on that because this is actually quite the
This
decision.
is one of those things like the party should come to an actual agreement on it rather than like a quick thing.
Yeah, no, this
I will
isn't a
only
rush
agree
decision.
if we get Vasily to do it.
It would
Because
be funny.
I can see
That
multiple
is a good
ways
idea. Yeah.
Oh my god.
this going because again, like with the undead ship being nearby, I think that is a way we could do it and basically make it look like Sylvania took it. Or we could do what Gibbs is suggesting, which is basically it's like completely go full Skaven. It's like, it is a shame. We will have to try to figure something out, and then go to the HRE-aboo, or sorry, fake HRE-aboo.
The HRE-aboo. Jesus.
Just say Germaboo. I don't.
Now, the HRE-aboo, his obvious advantage is that he is already minor local nobility. Like, if he did something like this, there is
he'd explode.
every possibility you could massage this into a very great deal of standing within Kislev. Bearing in mind also that the ruler of these cities, the Ataman, they are not elected, they are appointed, and they serve at the pleasure of the Tsarina.
He would be appointed in a heartbeat.
The only thing with going with him is basically getting him corrupt to the point he'd be willing at least to deal with us.
We know what he
See,
likes.
the thing is,
I
like,
mean, he's already a wereaboo. He's already pretty fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
he's
Hold on.
he
let Jessica speak.
already, like, everybody already thinks he's a bit crazy because he keeps going on about Ratman.
Oh, that's
So,
another one.
No,
That's
probably
Yeah, that's Vasily.
yes,
We're
that's
talking
specific.
about,
There are two characters here.
We're talking about what's his name?
Hold on, I have it in my notes.
no, I vote against anyone else.
Okay.
I mean, it is the meme option, but this one might be the more
Safe.
No.
logical option.
Anatoly.
No, we're going for the memes. We're going for the memes.
Anatoly Chimil. Or Chimney.
Because this
or
one
Chimil.
will actually get actual levels of power. Versus
Yep,
a lowborn, which will not
Yeah,
like
I have,
get much.
I have Ungol heritage, local nobility, loves empire fashion, and everything empire. That's what I
God.
put down in my notes.
He would he would jump at this opportunity though, because he would be viewed as a hero in the empire.
And why
Yeah.
would he like give us anything after we gave him the information?
That's basically where I'm kind of. It's like I'm.
We have to
willing
get him
do
indebted
that.
to
Like
it.
Vasily's an outcast, so he hasn't really got much to lose by working with us.
Well, he
He's
is
not
an
like an
outcast
ass.
in that people think he's a little nutty. He's still a part of the current Ataman's royal guard, basically.
Yeah.
And I imagine there would be a very good, it's like, Chief, what is it, crazy Vasily? I actually have proof this time. Look, they're talking to me and shit.
Look, they gave me the rune fang, and the rats are behind it. Oh fuck.
It's the it's like, so clearly you stole it. I shall take the reward.
Like, Vasily, what the fuck?
Okay, I'll go along with these plans to betray Ludmilla if we have to, on one condition.
You want the
We're
dog, don't you?
We're going to keep Ludmilla around as our personal servant. That's what we're doing.
You pervy fucking wretch.
I love
Listen,
it.
Kibbs has already talked about it, so I'm just giving him a
He's
hand.
like, listen, like a little bit of hentai bother no one, kid.
He is right. Gnarl does want to keep her around so he can turn her into a vampire so she can turn him into a blood rat.
She
This
would
is correct.
basically be trapped with us,
The
and she could be our
long road.
human liaison to things. And she'll
I
have
mean-
no ties to any other organization, because her organization will be burnt to the ground.
Exactly.
Presuming you either back her into such of a corner that she has no choice, or
So no, we could like, I guess we could kidnap her and then
because
drop
her underground
organization into
connections
it.
won't disappear. Like, she will still know all the same people.
Yeah.
It's just that she wouldn't theoretically
Actually-
be the boss anymore.
So we could
Actually-
kidnap her and drop her organization in it while we have
Yeah, because I was gonna.
custody of her, and then we could be like, no, we rescue you. We found out that they were on their way with.
Actually, it's not a kidnapping, Disco. That's the cis heteronormative term. This is a rat napping.
Oh,
no,
I
but
see.
we're not
Or-
napping a
forced
rat. We're
acquisition, I
napping
would
a
say.
human.
Acquisition under duress. Because
Could be vampire napping.
here's the other thing that we've been kind of, or at least Kibbs has mentioned earlier. We do need a human servant to interface with society relatively easily.
It's true.
And if we can basically put her in a position where it's like, we'll help you for price. That could literally just be the price, because then we're going to say, it's like, look, we'll keep you safe. We just need to make use of your services.
Yes. Basically, many things. Many
Yeah, it's
squeaky
just
things.
the issue at that point is
Still, this is a rather complicated plan and should be thought out in greater detail. Because we do want to go over everything, and we want to make sure everyone signs off on this. This is a pretty
You're
big
playing
decision.
the Game of Thrones here now, boys.
Damn right,
to be
boy.
fair, if we do this, we can also potentially later on in the future go down the angle we kind of joked about, where we try to break away this little city and have it be potentially a part of the Empire for political upheaval.
I mean, the HRE would cream his pants over that, I'll tell you that much.
I know. And he would become the new Elector Count of a new growing
Probably a
territory.
bit small for an elector count ship.
Listen!
Like one city.
Listen,
No, we
This
can
is how we
spin it
bait
as
him in.
elector count candidate.
eventually,
No.
the total annexation of Kislev as a new
Yeah, I was
county.
about to say, if you're gonna play this shit up, elector count of Kislev. There you go.
Yes, that's my angle with this guy. We'll play it up. Be like, we'll make you the Elector Count of Kislev. And he'll be like, oh, as he just, creams himself.
I mean, if you pull that off, that would be something.
It's like, oh, Carl France will love me for
The
this.
total annexation of Kislev. That's Gibbs is going here. A.K.A. Carsnake.
No one will laugh at me for being a wereaboo ever again.
And then, one day, Emperor.
Nah,
Yes, let's not stop at the annexation of Kislev. One step beyond, brothers.
And the total unification of humanity. Britonia will fall.
Ah, Jesus, this is getting complicated.
This is
Yo,
getting
we-
quite
We're
a-
gonna end up. Okay, we're gonna end up with like the four of us being really fat rats, like Jabba the Hutt, and then we'll have her in the Leia costume,
This
and
works.
that will be the end of the campaign.
Also, don't forget that you're gonna have to invade Cathay and Nippon as well.
Oh,
Because
that's
all
true.
humans, remember.
Cathay, Nippe, Nippon, whatever, Nippon.
Ind. Like the Indians are just sitting there eating their rice. Like, what do you want?
It's like the total
Sorry, World
unification of humanity. That way, the rat power will be even more powerful with a decadent empire under its thumb.
but yes, we should find a way to, or not find a way, basically figure out how to get in contact with him without him basically, flipping his shit.
Yes.
Which one are we going with? Are we going with the crazy guard, or are we going with the?
The thing is, he's not. Sure, we can try to convince him, but again, he doesn't have any actual local power.
He would
He's just
gain,
will.
he would gain some, but it wouldn't gain
keep
as
fucking
much.
with him though. Let's keep fucking with him for fun.
Yeah, no,
then,
we
at
can
least.
never
keep him
we'll
around
keep-
for that.
Yeah, we don't have to kill Vasily.
Just have Rattata, we just figure out what shifts he's on, and we just have him pop up at random places in areas we know he's going to be looking.
Think about it. If the new guy becomes the Atta of the town, right, or whatever, like
Ataman, yes.
he'll become he
He'll
will.
become a guard for that.
Yeah, and
guy.
we'll just actively fuck with him at meetings and
He
stuff.
walks in one
He's
day.
a royal
like,
guard.
walked into a meeting,
Every
he's like,
time.
That's them. That's them.
Every night he's standing guard outside of his lord's chamber as his lord speaks to random things. Like, I know they're in there.
They're in there, good spark, and there's
So,
nothing you can do.
In terms of the actual game, you wanted to tell her about the pirate ship. Is that the
what,
next?
What my idea is like, okay, she's concerned that it's like, oh shit, this stuff is too hot to move anywhere. And then my idea was basically, it's like, okay, we've actually seen an undead ship nearby. So if we just make it look like the undead were the ones who actually attacked the shipment, that would basically lead heat away from her.
Yeah,
that
but
was
we
my
want the
idea.
heat to go on her now. Or at least on her organization. We can spare Ludmilla, but her civilization, her organization's gonna have to take the blame.
But her civilization is going to have to fall.
Pretty much.
So we have to figure out how we're gonna get her out when
Yep.
they come to take the boxes.
The thing is, if we're gonna be basically supplying the
We'll know when it happens, fortunately.
Idiaboo,
Yeah. We will know because
we can basically we can time it so when we tell him, we could also show up before the raid and go to her. It's like they know,
But if you
and
come
we'll
with
offer
us,
you a way out.
as part of our repayment, and then when she's on her boat, be like, "Lol, JK," put the collar on. You've been played, Ludmilla. And she'll be like, "You bastard."
Oh dear.
You're truly going to become Ludmilla now. Oh,
You know what to do,
It is-
Dan. Get drawn, boy. He's like, "No." I'll go get
Ah.
giggles.
We could also potentially get Pet Wizard.
poor Dantard's
I
character.
doubt we're going to be getting him. He seems like someone
Maybe.
she just deals with occasionally.
True. We could find out
Pet
more when she's
Wizard
asleep.
could be useful. Mage is a little incompetent.
We don't have a mage. We have a wizard.
The
Specifically a
wonderful Wizard
seer.
of Oz.
A
Semantics.
gray seer. No.
Still incompetent.
Careful, or I'll make sure you'll be in the raid, being chopped up into little pieces. Now, do we want to...
Because it seems like the party is mostly wanting to basically try to corrupt the HRB Abu.
He's adorable. He deserves to be petted and groomed.
He deserves his chance to be retarded like anyone else.
He deserves, but actually have, Cretan to it.
So how
So-
exactly are we gonna stop him from just taking the reward?
No, the issue is we want him to
Yeah.
get the reward.
We do, but we want him to feel like he owes us.
Yeah, we make an
Well,
agreement.
yes,
We've proven ourselves already to be able to be competent because we've given him these
Yeah.
things, and we'll
But what
promise him
stops
more.
him just taking that and being like, all right, cheers. Now fuck off.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's what
if we're
stops
going off-
anyone
if
from
we're
doing
going off
anything.
that concern, why deal with anyone?
Yeah, exactly. That means it's pointless to talk with anyone because they'll just betray us at any point. I mean, if you,
At that point, literally just be a murder hobo party.
yep,
You
Yeah,
do
but-
have a little bit of blackmail material on the guy too.
We
It's
do.
like, I will betray you. It's like, we've got pictures of you.
You know what I mean? Like, we should have something over him in case he
We've
does
seen what you
change
do to
his mind
pictures of
and think
Carl
that he doesn't
Franz.
need us. Maybe,
If you
maybe
dare
send
betray us, we
Devin-
will leak your fetish collection.
maybe send Devin to see if he can snap any pictures.
No, even better. Send Dev in to seduce him. Now that'll be a picture. Gnarl sitting in the windowsill, literally painting a picture.
Well, I thought Kyle was the one who could dance.
That's
It's
true.
true. He has shown expert ability to do the Skaven fusion dance.
There's only
Ooh.
one right
We're
that
gonna
can pull
have to
this off.
send Krasnik in to seduce him.
Left eye patch winks. That's not a really fitting
You've
song.
never experienced a blowjob until you've had a muzzle job.
Oh,
Oh,
the elongated mouth really helps. Oh no. Suicide.
This is getting dangerously close to awful territory.
Karstic just says, it really helps. Seal the deal.
Cringe. Green.
Rats.
Okay, so we're sending Krasnik in to seduce him, and Dev to sneak in with
I
the
no
camera.
longer agree with this plan. I think we should just kill everyone. Murder hobo it is.
Do Skaven have cameras, asked chat? No, but they do have canvases, so there'll have to be an actual painting of this.
I'm sure we can work it out.
By Dinkums, or you'll be in there dancing.
It sounds like the party is generally agreed upon a rough plan of action.
Actually, it's all right. We have Dandard.
Yeah, he can draw art. Lewd art.
Tentard, start drawing hentai with Skaven.
You're a hentai artist now, and the worst part of it all, you're a furry artist. Ugh. I mean, you've got
Uh-oh.
practice. You've
Well,
already been drawing a lot of fur.
We should
fish.
probably finish the actual conversation with Ludmilla then.
Sorry, this is too funny.
Right, yes, because in the meantime, whilst Gnarl's been imagining all of this for the last 40 minutes, Ludmilla's just been standing there staring at you like, what the fuck is he doing?
He's
He's
just drooling.
smiling.
He's literally salivating. What the hell?
He's imagining you as a slave.
Fact.
Fact. She'll make a good slave.
As much as it pains me, you are right. These goods are too noteworthy to hawk to anyone. We will have to wait.
All right. She awakes abruptly from her hour-long nap. Like, oh, you're still here. All right, so back in character. Yes, too hot indeed. Must keep on the down low for a while yet.
We'll need to discuss things with the others as to what we are going to do now. As I'm sure, as you mentioned, you're waiting on your responses with your associates.
She seems pensive for a moment, then nods, like, yes. My contacts in Talabheim will get back to me soon. They would be the ones with the best notion of what the Empire's official stance on this might be.
She'll be standing all right.
Okay.
Karstig's just snickering to himself during this conversation.
He's still in the room. He's just sitting there in the corner laughing to himself. The thugs step one step further away from him. My God damn it, think creepy.
Evil laughter can be heard as he's planning what dress she'll be wearing.
Maybe
Just
some
like-
of that fancy toilet paper.
Yes, we'll wrap her in that.
You just hear him humming like.
Uh,
Man, this got awfully rapey all of a sudden.
I mean, there will be
Having
some
Skaven.
involved. This campaign's far from over. Like, oh no.
No, then look at Karstig.
With
I
rape eyes.
suppose this is our cue. We have much to discuss.
Yes, yes, yes. Really plays it up.
Okay. Alright. In that case, Dev's gonna go be fat in not too long as well. Do you want to do like a planning session basically next week where you just try to hammer out the details in a shorter session? Or do we actually just do the hiatus now, get back in January, hopefully with the new software?
Oh my god, what a cliffhanger.
We can do one more. I don't mind doing one more.
Hold on.
Yeah,
the
we could do the planning session.
Yeah, we could do the planning and then really leave it at a cliffhanger so that chat's just absolutely
Yeah, because
miserable.
like we really need to figure out how we're going to get in contact with the HRE Abu.
Also,
Mhm.
we should definitely establish that we're starting the first weekend of January with Season 2. Right,
First
everyone?
weekend
Season
of
2.
January.
Okay.
First weekend.
If this is the case, and we actually are switching programs,
Well, we might. We're going to
Um,
do some experimenting. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just set up a new spot on my desk here. It'll only, take me 30 years. But I could just play on my laptop. It's working on my laptop fine.
well, that,
we
maybe that's,
might-
that's the way to
I'll,
go then.
I will just
I'll
say.
try out Tailspire, I'll try out Forge, and I'll try out some of the map software, and we'll just see. Because I would really like to be able to do this with a software that functions. That would be nice.
True, but the
I
only
mean, this
issue
is
we've
working
had,
now, so
the only issue we've had with my desktop connecting. If my laptop can continue to connect without any sort of problems, we can probably do it. I'll just set up my laptop's Discord account there, and then get that set up over there, and then we'll invite you to the RP server. Problem solved.
That is a possibility too, yeah.
Because my laptop can stream as well. It's pretty high end, so it has no problems with that. And this is a simple ass fucking thing to stream. Very,
That's true. It's not graphically intensive.
at all, let alone how many frames does it really need.
Enough to render our little character portraits wiggling.
That's true. But that's not much still.
Alright, so that sounds like a plan then. Next week, nice big planning session, which no one will bother watching because planning sessions are awful. But that's fine. That's fine. And then we will take a break over the weekend. No, the Holidays. That was the word I was looking for, yes. All right, that's not too bad of an idea. Right, we'll do that then. So I'll get on to some super chats now for today.
Before we forget, I'm assuming it's just the 100 XP for the session.
Yes. That is all you will get. All right, Pennyplanter Missionary says, get in touch with Clan Scurvy for Pirate Wins. I mean, it might not be a bad idea to try and... that could be something you could integrate into your plan as well, potentially reaching out to allied Skaven clans to build the friendships.
True, but we want to establish ourselves with this human kingdom territory first, I think. And especially with that other guy at power, we'll have a secure home field, so that way they can't divide and conquer, so to speak, in case we run into a clan that doesn't like us.
Quite potential. Skull Throne 88, SCP 6969, The Clapped Cheeks. I sense a Carl reference coming.
No.
Special containment procedures. The entity known as Kibbs shall have his cheeks slapped 1 time an hour, every hour, for a 24-hour period, once every other day, for no reasons whatsoever. That's not that bad, Kyle. You'll have every other day off.
Wow.
You might even come to like it eventually, like Ludmilla.
Ludmilla will come to like many things. Many things by the time this campaign's over.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Dev.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to learn how to like cheese because, you know, we only have a diet of cheese. Hope she's not lactose intolerant. Weep, weep.
Well, cheese and our fallen enemies.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
humans. Oh, she's gonna be cannibal by the time this is over. Nice.
David O'Donovan, I'm guessing the vampire lady has a list of what's in the convoy that she didn't tell you about. Because remember, this was a test mission, guys. Well, she did have a list of what she thought was in the convoy. Just, not the other stuff that was in the convoy. Black Templar Brother Lucius says, breed Kibbs, death to this accursed machine spirit. That's true. Well, at least Kyle's laptop works, which tells us again, Kyle, your PC is wrong.
But how can it not work so? It's so powerful.
Malfunctional.
Whatever. I can still fix the issue by just simply using my laptop. And if it still uses the same port, then I can just use my little Elgato device to stream it to my desktop, then stream it. See? I can get around these problems.
Get complicated.
We can still get around it.
Complicated, but feasible.
E.
David O'Donovan says, safeheavenmarine.com, all-weather military versions, fast boats like Barracuda and Thunderchild 2, cool YouTube videos of them in storms. Skaven Marines. Skaven Marines. In boats. Fast boats. Maybe. Bit cruel, but maybe. Lord of the Games says, like the video. That's true. You should like the video. It is beneficial for your continued existence to like the video. And he also says, Art, when can we have a call-in segment? With fans like you, Lord of the Games, I don't think we're ever going to have a call-in segment.
That's true. He's been particularly snarky the last couple of days.
Art's just like, how about 10th of... Never.
See, I remember Sargon tried to do this on his homosexual eaters thing. And they did a couple episodes on YouTube with this call-in segment until Sargon realized, damn, spicy shit being called in.
To be fair, people don't call in. They pre-record videos.
Yeah, but it's still spicy, Disco.
It does mean that they can be pre-vetted. It's not live.
Disco, shame on your little soul.
Her name is Dinko now, remember?
Dinkum. I like Desku. Petty Planter Missionary. Dev farts. Quote, must have just been the wind.
I think that was when he was being a tree.
Considering Dev's body size and weight, I don't want to know if he farts ever. Like, I don't, just no. He stores them up. See, okay. I had a bad experience this morning, and I feel like I wish to share it with all of you now, okay?
You're allowed.
I woke up, I had a tummy ache. Awful. I was like, tummy. Then you go, and you go, fix tummy ache by unleashing hell upon porcelain throne. No, just a tiny fart, tummy ache over. It's like, I hate you, buddy. This was not necessary. You woke me up for this. Yes, I know.
That's quite a story.
It is a story. It's a good story. It has a beginning, an end, and a villain.
I mean, that's certainly a story.
Lord of the Games says, can you guys quiet this quest and just be pirates? Quits, I guess. Quiet this quest.
We're playing the Game of Thrones. No.
Sure, Game of Thrones. Shadowfolk says he's a wizard. Shoot him. It's a bit cruel. Lord of the Games says, rip Archie gave his life for this RP. Hey, Arch. See, I don't even know why my internet just freaks out to begin with and then slowly calms down over the course of the video. I don't even believe it. It's fine now, for reasons. It's been giving out on me like every day at 2 o'clock now for a while, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because that's usually when I'm done with Kyle's faggotry anyway, so the internet is just like, no, yoink. Oh,
wow.
It must be 2 o'clock.
I think Barch is being rude. Just go beat him.
Then I can send a message to Kyle later going like, buy me better internet. And he
I
just
will
goes
beat him
like,
with a
poor
pencil,
Birch.
Kyle. Don't worry. Beat him with a pencil.
It's time for your widening, Arch. He's like, no!
That will be probably on Tuesday or Wednesday or something. A day I don't have content, I'll upload that.
For you, it was
Brace
the most
yourselves,
important day
chat.
of your life. For me, it was only Tuesday.
Chat will never be the same again. He'll just be
It
like,
was just
why?
Like, chat's like, I can't look at urination the same. It just sort of dribbles out now. Like, what the fuck? What the-
Oh, yeah, a more roomy space might lead to easier urination as long as you've got the sufficient quantity and pressure.
A little bit faster, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be one of the benefits of explosive diarrhea, for example. You get done in a second. Poof.
Poof. Bam, it's out of here.
Done, diggity done. You don't even need to wash your hands afterwards.
We should widen Dev against his wishes.
Yes, we should. We should do many things against Deb's wishes.
Good.
13's Steer says, whoop whoop, more Skaven content to get me through the tedium of a late night gearbox and timing belt job. All hail Arch and best fellow Scott's Boy Disco. Boy.
I mean, in the campaign, yes.
Disco has a penis. It is a feminine penis, but it is there. She is a boy.
Well, I was told that for the campaign had to be two things: boy and furry. And then I proved to you it didn't actually have to be furry.
Well, furry means many things. Then Lord of the Games goes on for quite a monologue. Kibbs seeing this magic screams, which burn him. If could be anything in Warhammer 40k, it would be an orc. They are the only ones in that universe having a good time. If I could be anything. There is something about your writing style that makes my brain hurt, and I'm not entirely sure. Which Chaos God is the most powerful? Khorne, obviously, because he's the greatest of the four. Duh. And Disco, please say hi to the chat, plus cat sounds. Disco.
Hi, chat, plus cat sounds.
Make meow sounds.
Yeah, yeah, sounds.
Meow.
Good. Who's a good kitty? Jake, me.
It's not very invested, but good
Pet
enough. I
that.
guess.
Pet it.
Thus, her bald spot on her head grew 4 inches. What I did diameter that day from all the pets.
Vampire Lady pegs Kibbs.
Well, that's a twist.
What a twist!
Sounds more like a stick, but hey.
Aw, she a little splintery back there now, huh?
I mean, given what she found, it sounds like that's something she would do to you.
Listen, she's not gonna be doing shit to me. You'll be a little slave for long.
She pulls a pencil out of her pocket. Guy's like, ah.
Let the widening begin.
When Kibbs and Dev combines their intelligence, their IQ becomes a terrifying 74.
Sure. It's a little optimistic.
Not theoretically entirely wrong. Oh god, YouTube, what have you done now? YouTube, no. What have you done? YouTube.
Sounds like it did something
we
you
go.
didn't want it to do.
Yeah, it did something I didn't want it to do. There we go. Nathan Hildeman had to spend the day with family today. Poor bastard. So I have to chat and run until next week. Breed Kibbs, give kitty noises, and for the love of God, someone tie down Dev so he stays for suppers.
He never stays for suppers.
Maybe we should look into a day where Dev doesn't eat all the day.
A day where he doesn't behave like a
Great fasting.
stereotypical big YouTuber like we've always had, where it's like, should we have an after session discussion? Dev gone.
Dev gone. Bad Dev. Insane hippie insane says Zephyr could be bribed with a Grumril plate in one of the rune fangs. I think that particular ship has sailed. No matter what kind of gifts they bring to his door, getting thrown off the tower would probably still be the inevitable consequence. Glow in the Dark says Disco is the true Skaven thinker.
I don't know what that's in reference to, but good. Also, Dan Tardis still joined. It amuses me.
David O'Donovan. Put Zavu's magic charms near the stuff to make it seem like it was Chaos Dwarves, along with his location as part of a larger war against the Empire. I mean, that's a long way for Zephyr to go. It's a really long way.
But not unlikely.
It's a
Kyle,
mighty walk.
show them the fan art.
Dinko Man Potato. She hasn't been hashtag bread yet, but soon. Ludmilla, my dear, bring me snack squeak. Yes, dear. What the fuck is wrong with this thing?
Accurate.
Hans looks a little bit brain dead in that picture.
Mao does look very pleased with himself, I would agree.
Hans tries to change it away from him, but it's...
He's like,
Hands.
future, good.
She's just stood there for like 40 minutes of watching him like
To be fair, it sounded like she was also dead tired and probably fell asleep during that entire daydream sequence.
What is wrong with this thing? That is a good question.
Ding, ding, ding.
My personal favorite for quite a while now, though, has got to be the Dev buries shiny gold treasure in the swamp thing. That one just looks excellent.
The
It's pretty
thing,
good.
here's the funny thing. If one of the regular boxes was a rune fang, and the other box was basically master grade armor,
Yeah, what the fuck have we got?
what the fuck's in our box that we took?
We should probably find out before we rat her out.
Yeah, in case we need to put it on her too.
Oh, here, just put another one on the pile and then rat her out. And she's like, wait, I've never seen that one before. They're like, likely story.
It would have been
all
really
you
funny
know
if we
about what's in the box is that it bit Kyle when he tried to peek on it, so...
I mean, that's a natural
That
response.
just means it's going to be that much better when we actually open the box. Clearly, that's
It does
logic
mean
for
that
ya.
we may not want to get some random locksmith to open it, though.
Now, we can potentially get some random locksmith to open it, but I think we know how his employment's going to end.
Yes, we may have to end
We
his
want you to
contract with
teach
us.
one of our stupid rats how to lockpick.
I mean, we could get him to unlock it, and then, he just never goes home afterwards. There's no witnesses.
I mean, ideally, we would want to basically, from that guy, have Dev learn lockpicking. Sure, it's going to cost some gold, but honestly...
and then murder him.
Because I know for a while I've been thinking about basically hiring a torture specialist, so that way we can try to get Naru to learn torturing, because he's actually would be pretty damn good at it, because he gets 2 ticks in menacing, which give him a +10 to torture attempts.
Are you trying to talk to me? Hands, get out of here. Get.
He's
Yeah.
trying to talk to you.
Nobody's
He's
talking
like,
to you, Kyle. Go back in your box.
seed.
Back in your box.
My
Gibbs is
little-
in his own world and heard noises, and he's like, clearly they're talking to me.
Clearly, it must be about me, their Lord and Savior, White Rat.
Nope. Back in your box.
White woman.
I do enjoy the fact that quiet woman has been a common insult these days.
Like, it's so good. Like, there's no need to upgrade or downgrade.
It rolls right off the tongue. It's a good one.
And Disco sits there like, son of a bitch. And it's like, one of these days I will have my revenge.
Kyle, I hope you get splinters.
See? See? It's good. It works.
Splinters with a pinch of graphite.
I like the part.
I
Okay.
hope that you get splinters.
I just like the crunchy pencil part. That was good.
Glow in the Dark says, if you give Vasily money and power, he would go John Wick on the Skaven. You killed my dog, you rat bastards.
Oh,
Many
no.
action scenes later.
We didn't kill his.
Naked
We
versus Vasily.
didn't kill his dogs. We killed his employer's dogs.
A distinction without a difference, I believe.
Very important difference. It means there's no personal attachment.
To be fair, John had only owned that dog for like 24 hours, too, before they beat it to death. And then he killed like 200 people.
To be fair, that's the entire premise of the movie. Someone murdered an innocent dog, therefore. That's the entire movie.
See, what annoys me with all of the John Wick movies is that it has no sense of pacing. It was cool the first time he was a bit beat up and then started doing cool shit, like, I can still fit. But after 3 movies of having basically been torn apart and looking like a goddamn security blanket, he's still killing people with no issues. Like, it removes all of the tensity in it, because the man doesn't die. The man can't die. Literally. No one argues. Kyle.
Well,
you're
the thing
wrong.
is, I've heard of the movies. I haven't watched them, and that's the only thing I know about them.
I think
That's
Hank,
kind
so
of
it's like-
awful.
we should just bully Barch more.
They're kind of adorable.
Like, as far as I've heard, like the first one's the good one. Don't bother with the others. That's what I've heard.
Pretty much. But it still has John Wick in it, and John Wick will soon be playing Neo as well, which everyone will regret, but oh well.
Cool.
Starring John Wick as Neo. Dark Innovator says the rune fangs are practically priceless, unsellable. You'll have witch hunters from here to the Chaos Waste searching for it. A damned inquisition. Yes, probably. And this is why I said all of the boxes were trapped. Yeah.
And Arch also did deliver on what he jokingly said he would do. He said he was going to put plate in the caravan, and he did.
I did. I put plate in the caravan. Arch is a man of his words. Yorozio says, Dev is modding on Switch and Adam's stream. Beat him. He should be beaten. Just, start randomly ignoring Dev's input occasionally. He'll be fine.
You just mute him. He'll be like, wait a minute.
He was more cringe today, though. This is a step forward.
He did try and dance.
He failed
DLC also
miserably, but he
said-
tried.
Beat Dev with a hard stick. A long stick. A hard and long stick. Oh. The homosexuality rises. Yes? 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 Confirm. God damn it. I am searching for a valediction. If
You're
Valediction.
searching for homosexuality. Okay, we understand.
on this channel we are pro homosexuality. I'm a very diverse person.
Iverson.
And lastly, Vasily donates $3 to say, hear ye, people of Kislev. The rat people have stolen the national treasures and planning to help the undead take over. They probably have aligned themselves with the scum of society to undermine us. They probably aim to corrupt the nobility.
I mean, how did he know?
I
The
agree.
nobility was probably corrupt already.
I do agree. We do aim to correct the nobility.
How did he know? He's
The
been swearing
Skaven
on-
will, if anything, merely be adjusting the level of corruption within noble society.
Look, we're just fixing things.
Realigning. I do also like how this ballooned, though, because, like any good Skaven plan, begins with a reasonable, reachable objective, frame Ludmilla, and ends with a ridiculous objective, invade Cathay, after having unified the human species.
See, I've read the books. I know how to do it. You just gotta pretend you're thankful. And just keep reaching for the stars, kid. You'll get there. Yo.
You'll get there eventually. Or you'll end up drifting in the ocean in a barrel. Like, why? Why did my incompetent minions fail me yet again?
It's always the minions, too.
Was it the minions that were wrong, or was it I? No, it was the minions that were clearly wrong.
I really like his relationship with his bodyguard Bone Ripper, who's died like 6 times now, and he keeps bringing him back.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
monstrosities.
that is dedication to one's pet.
Every time Bone Ripper is alive, Carsonic's like, useless Bone Ripper, stupid, slow, dumb. Every time Bone Ripper's there, loyal Bone Ripper, bestest servant. Bone Ripper was good servant.
Served Thankwell true and what he did.
Never failed me once, Bone Ripper did.
Thankwell. He's so Chad. Misunderstood, perhaps.
Tankwell needed better books. I've read his books and I enjoy them because they're Tankwell, but goddamn, some of them are written by a fucking 30-year-old.
Yeah. He was great in the Felix and Gotrek, and that's what made me like his character.
Yep. Then they gave him to some B rank, C rank writer, and like, I want for this popular character. And it just hurts to write, and you're reading it, like, this is painful.
Like,
Please stop.
Why is this bad? This should be like, Thankwell should literally have his own series, and he would be better than Gotrek and Felix. Like,
He would be.
he is just more interesting. He's absolutely amazing. At least when he's done right.
He just needs to be given an author who doesn't make reading their books feel like an actual slog through chest-high mud.
Listen. It's symbolic of his struggle.
That's true. Symbolic of Tankwell's Kampf. Mine great struggle against oppression. Right. Until next week's planning session, then, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. And you don't want to miss it, because it'll be the last session in many, many, many months because of Kyle. Yes.
You mean 2 months?
Many, many, many months.
2 months.
Innumerable months.
See, I want to remind people, when Lurking Hunger first ended, it was like, oh yeah, we'll restart it. Somebody had to leave, and it's like, okay, for personal life matters. It's like, okay. And then, like, months went by. Months turned to a year. And I eventually was able to nag Arch to start it again. The real killer is right before your eyes, chat. The real killer has been here the whole time.
James.
His name is
I
Barch.
really hate to point this out. Technically, you've both been here, so you really still aren't helping your case.
Yeah, it's true.
You did it.
You can have shared
you did it.
responsibility.
I'm not
Hans
going
and I,
down
on
with
the other
Barch.
hand, are completely innocent in all of this. and should be
Secretly,
placed-
behind closed doors, Hans is like,
I
Before
refuse to
even knew
believe
Kibbs, I
that
was
Chip is
planning to
innocent of
ruin
anything.
his campaigns.
he's like, all along.
Now, before Kyle gets to try and object,
You illiterate
hijack
fucking
the
Norwegian.
narrative any further, I'm going to press the big red button. Goodbye.